Hello! Hello everyone! I'm MVL and welcome to the MVL Gaming livestream. We are playing The Curse of Strahd on Roll20 with myself, MVL, playing Ward Backbreaker. We have the Jonin Monkey, it's the other way, the Jonin Monkey, as our dungeon master for this wonderful game. We also have Nico playing Keldrin. We have Odin playing Seth. We have Sven the Crusader playing Jean. And finally, we have Pamphileo, who's streaming on Mixer. Got it right? Playing Maldrath. So, without further ado, as we get back into this game, Jonin, take it away.
Welcome to the Curse of Strahd, where all of you are currently trapped in the mist-covered world of Barovia, ruled by the cruel vampire known as Strahd von Zarovich. Last time, after helping the local werewolves claim back their vinery, they asked you an additional favor to help them reclaim three magic stones that were the main source of the vineyard's continuous fresh fruit. However, whilst the two stones were missing, there was one located nearby on Yester Hill. When you got there, you found it being used for some strange ritual by a bunch of foul spirits. And on top of that, you also encountered Strahd himself. You're not sure why he was there that night, but regardless, he took the opportunity to have some... Yeah, but he took the opportunity to have fun with you and, and started to mainly have a fist fight with Ward and nearly wear him down. But thanks to some very sharp archery skills by Seth and some quick finishing by Keldrin, you managed to quickly put an end to the ritual. But it was a battle where you did almost lose a lot. Jean almost lost his horse Roman. Ward's secret path was revealed to the rest of the group. And on top of that, Strahd now knows where Irina Kolyana, the girl you escorted to Vallaki, now resides.
And he's ejected Keldrin from Roll20. Oh, she's back.
I just refreshed. Be chill. Be chill.
He keeps playing games with us.
Hakuna Yotadas, MBL. It's fine.
And on that, with the rain still pouring around you and still nursing the wounds from your battles, I now welcome you back to the Curse of Strahd. So, in the middle of this rain-soaked hill, now that the battle is over, what would you like to do?
My mustache is ready. I'm just tending to my horse.
Okay.
I am just reconnecting the chat. Well, Ward is just sitting in the mud, like, axe on the ground. Yeah. Oh. that's where he is after the events of last we saw him.
Okay.
Depending on how things go for the next couple of moments, he'll take a good couple of moments to compose himself, and then if there's no discussion going on, he'll bring himself back around and towards the group.
Right. So.
Maldrath, can you help? He looks pretty beat up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many heals I've got left. I did use some of them last time.
I think you used about 2 spells last time, I believe. You used one healing word and one... you used a healing word, you used a spiritual weapon, and you used a... I think you used a cure wounds once.
Yeah, I don't believe you used any cure wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, because you never get to people.
Yeah, you're just narrowly talking along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw a cure wounds on it.
Okay.
Is that a cure wounds coming Ward's way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got more things to worry about than a horse.
Well, to be fair,
Well, I thank you for the small amount of consideration I get above a horse.
To be fair, though, Keldrin was MVP and saved my horse.
I mean, I don't have as good healing as Meldreth does, but
I'll heal Ward and then we'll do the horse. And then, as much as the horse is good, it's not going to help us win a fight, I don't think.
could I take a look at that stone, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Give me a Arcana check. You still have it in your hands and it's still glowing.
Arcana. Why you make me do this? Why you make me do this, Jonan? Why Arcana? Oh.
It is a glowing stone. It's very warm. You feel a lot of energy from it. That's about all you can gather.
Cool.
Plus,
Cool beans.
that spell is plus your wisdom modifier, by the way, Maldrath,
Nah.
so...
Oh yeah. That's
yeah,
right.
I know. I forgot to set the macro up, so I just click it and it's like does a thing. I'm like, oh.
Okay. So you managed to, your focus is still a little shaky because you had a strange dream last night, and also you've just been fighting Strahd and his rather terrifying horse. So,
Nightmarish, one might say.
Indeed, yes.
It's a
Hey.
+4, by the way.
Okay, so
good.
you managed to heal some of the superficial scars off Ward's body, but the damage done by the necrotic energy is still running strong in his veins.
Should we do anything about him knowing where Irina is now?
We can send a message with the sending stones.
All right, I forgot we had those.
The shiny one has the other one.
Leo.
Yeah, that one. And I'll pull out the sending stone
Okay.
and send him the message.
Alrighty.
But
Keep in
Strahd's
mind.
possibly on the way.
Yeah. That's probably enough. I was going to say that the message is like 100 words, but yeah, that should be fine.
100? That's so much.
There's like a brief pause, and it's followed by a what? And another pause. Understood.
Copy that.
I'm gonna burn a heal on myself.
Okay.
I was totally expecting a response of, "Is this thing on?" Oh, nice.
Irina, was she protected by the church?
I mean, yeah, that was kind of the point of her being where she is, right? But it's just so she knows she can't leave.
Jean is just quietly tending to his horse.
And as
Strahd
he will.
doesn't
Sorry, go ahead.
necessarily have to get her himself. I don't think she's safe there.
I mean, we have to go back anyway.
Doesn't the lives of everyone in this whole place and the lands we come from weigh more than her life?
I mean, he wants her so badly, that's kind of worrying, honestly. Also, he keeps calling her Tatiana, so I don't know what's up with that. And I'm just gonna, hang on a second, and I'm gonna focus on the stone that I have and cast another locate object with my last second level spell slot and see if any others of the sort are within... Hang on!
Can I just ask a quick question regarding last session? Were
1,000
the
feet.
people down south, were they murdered by Strahd too? Are they still on their way to mess us up?
No, as a parting act, Strahd, just to show that he was really not impressed by the druids, fried them all with lightning.
Yeah, I wasn't on about
So-
the druids, I was on about the other ones. In the south.
Oh,
Wherever they are.
these guys. Technically, yeah, they should. You'll have to make me a perception check with disadvantage because Yeah, I'd forgotten also that they were set down there. They're meant to be camouflaged. It's not really very clear on the map, so...
Yeah,
Alright,
and also
I'll
we're on
pretend
the
I didn't.
top, and we're ringed with stones, so we probably wouldn't know they're there.
Yeah.
I'll pretend we never saw those.
Okay, well, you
anyway,
can make me a
is there-
perception to a disadvantage, but if you want to try and see
And
them...
while he does that, is there another glowing stone within 1,000 feet?
Not to your knowledge. There's like,
It only reaches 1,000 feet, so I just wanted to make sure.
It's cold and wet, and I don't care to be on this hill.
Yeah, fair enough. As you all, and as you all sit on the hill, you once again, Ward, Seth, and Jean, you still hear this strange voice of, "Find me. I yearn for battle again."
Is that in our heads?
Yes.
Can I get a sense of where?
I'd like to try too, if possible.
Yeah, to locate the source at all.
Make me...
What
make
will
me
say out
wisdom
loud?
rolls,
This is
all of you.
happening.
What to say out loud? Do you hear that?
Huh?
Is this a
John,
game?
I don't know where it's coming from.
Ward's gonna like Marco Polo, like.
All three of you make me wisdom rolls.
I'm
I
so
look
good
over
at
at-
those, especially when they really matter.
I look over at Maldrath and I'm like,
that was so close to a natural 20. So close.
Out of all three of you,
I rolled yet, sorry.
I'm sorry, you get a sense of... all of you get a sense that it's slightly
Did we all just
further
roll
da-
8?
Yes,
oh
we
my
did.
god, you did!
Corn! It's a weapon of corn! 888!
Oh god.
We're the crazy 8.
It's also
I go
been
around
that
looking for
disappear
something
and then
from the
come back.
blood god. Where is it? Where is it?
You all get possessed.
You all get the feeling that it's somewhere slightly further down the hill, maybe from one of the graves. You can't be precise though. So
I
You
say,
know something?
if we split our efforts, we can probably find it.
okay then. In that case, all of you can make me investigation checks.
And
What's happening?
before that happens, I would like to hand Roman's charred reins over to Keldrin and just say, look after him. Heavens know you'll do a better job than I have.
Okay, what's happening? What are you guys? What voice? What? I'm so confused.
Roll 20 has stopped.
It has for
Okay.
me as well. So we're going to
Yeah,
take
I-
a very, very quick break, guys, as I refresh the browser. So we will be right back because the page is unresponsive. Yay, the internet! We'll be right back,
Yeah.
everybody.
Fine.
It's
Yeah,
been,
it
it's
just
been
murdered
slow.
Chrome for me, so I've just done that.
All right,
So we're
we
still
will.
live.
Let me
Still
go
live here.
over to my break screen real quick, and we will be right back. technical difficulties, everybody, but we're back after the patient
Okay.
irresponsive. Not just for myself, but for Maldraff as well. Thank you, everybody. We are back, and we were about to do searching. 21 for Seth, so I probably don't need to do anything.
I'll give it a try anyway.
I think. Let me check what my bonus is on my phone. That's what I'm doing, guys. Every time I look down, I'm not using a calculator because I'm incredibly dumb. I'm just a little dumb.
Instead, you use your character sheet to
Oh,
calculate for
awesome!
you.
My absolute worst score.
Hey, I beat Seth on a roll.
Oh,
Okay.
Sheen, you needed to roll a 17, so we were at the same roll again.
So, well, you absolutely squashed me.
For the rest of the
you
campaign, our three characters speak in unison, and it's like
Join us.
We're like
Alright.
we're like that one night in Monty Python.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, you two begin to investigate all the different camps and grave sites. Seth and Ward managed to get the closest. Jean has other things in his mind and ends up going down the wrong side of the hill. You two,
He's thinking about that wine I told him about.
You two are going to investigate down here. So I'll just move you there.
Yeah, could you ping me as well? Because mine is super slow. Cheers.
Okay.
Thank
You two start investigating this area, and it's already struck a fate. Seth, you turn one direction, and you think you're getting close. You start pulling back the stones, only to not see much other there. Ward, as you pull it apart, you find a spear
Ooh.
amongst the remains, and you pull it away. You hear the voice again in your head, and he goes, "Yes, rule these mountains in my stead."
Good. Pick it up. I've got one left. I've got one left. From Leo's permission. What are you? Do I make a will save?
Instead, you stare at it, he pauses and goes, "Rule these mountains in my stead, and crush the enemies in front of you."
Whoa, that does sound like me.
You gain, and for some reason, and he won't allow me to show this to you directly, so I'm just going to stick it in your journal. But
Okay.
you gain the
Oh no,
blood
not a sentient
spear.
weapon. Please not a sentient weapon. Please not. It's a
Oh,
fucking sentient
God.
weapon, isn't it?
I'm sure it'll
we
be my
just-
conscience. Why not?
we just gave him Hazaron.
No, I'm sending it to you now, but you gained the blood spear. It is an ancient relic of the.
Blood spear.
It is a relic of an ancient chieftain. It gave, as a magical weapon, it gives you +2 to attack rolls and damages, and you get the sense that if you hit a melee, when he says sustain you with battle, if you reduce the target 0 hit points, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Dope!
What?
It occurs to me how absurd that would be if I had a mount who wasn't currently half charred. Plus, it is such a ward weapon. Except it's not two-handed.
Would you
use
say
a
it's
spear
a?
with two hands, right?
Would you say it's a award-winning
I
weapon?
believe so, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's versatile.
It's versatile.
One or two-handed.
Is
Yeah.
it just regular spear aside from that?
It's a regular spear, but gives you a +2 buff to attack. And,
Oh, it's a +2.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just a regular normal spear.
It's just
Gives you
it's a
+2
+2
attack.
spear? That's insane.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wow, that's
Well,
ridiculous.
you ain't gonna have to upgrade any weapons for a while now.
Can I shoot that from my bow?
Well,
I was
could cast
thinking when you
shrink
rolled that
on it.
Oh, honestly, I was thinking of that investigation score. I'm not sure how he's going to use this, but
Oh my goodness, this is insane. +2. All right, well, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
as you also, you see, as you see Ward pick up the spear and the voice finally dive over your headset, you also look at the mist wall over here, and you notice something strange in it. You see, in the thick wall that covers it, you see images start to appear in it. That's of an ancient city.
I'll look toward. Can you see this? And I'll point over to the place.
Can I see it?
Yep.
Yep.
And all of you can see it when you look in that direction.
Is that the mist wall that surrounds the entire valley?
No,
or is
just
it
the one on the,
separate?
just the one over here, like on the very edge.
Okay, but it's like a separate mist wall. It's not the barrier.
It's kind of strange. It is part of the barrier, but it seems to be that the mist is very concentrated in this area specifically.
Huh.
It's slowly shifts. It shimmers, but still maintains that exact same image.
Is there a town marked on my map of Barovia where that should be, or is that literally not on the map?
No, it's not on the map at all. In fact, it seems to be on the very edge.
Should we go check it out?
A bigger bit of paper, really, shouldn't you?
I don't know. Some of us are really hurt.
Spear, what is that?
You don't hear any voice coming from it.
Well, fine time to shut up now, isn't it?
Meldrath, he's talking to the spear.
He talks to a lot of things.
That is true.
He was talking to his mask the other day.
I guess.
Wouldn't say it too loudly though, in case he hears.
What? Maybe a perception check? No, I'm kidding.
I am too engrossed in adding a spear to my...
What's the state of this Wicker Man or effigy thing?
Over here, it's been completely trashed. I mean, Ward was pounding on it with his sword already, and then Keldrin, almost kind of like John McClane through a window, just sort of dive bomb straight through it and exploded. It is just a pile of splinters now.
Okay. As long as there's no chance of it somehow being brought to life still without the stone.
No.
Is there anything on the grave that the spear was found on?
Just, I am going to double check, but it is mostly just... It appears to be just mouldy old rocks, and occasionally... Let's see. Yeah, it is basically just a... It's got just a bunch of rocks and some mouldy old bones, but that's really all there is.
No inscription or anything.
No, all of these mounds are unmarked graves. Seems to be some kind of weird tribalistic ritual from what you can gather.
And you said a couple of these mounds looked fresher.
Yeah, but you... I'll tell you what, you give me an investigation check.
Alright.
Yeah,
Oh, you're in a Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Thankfully, it's not too hard to figure out. You gather that you're not 100% sure, but you're fairly confident that it was... They weren't exactly graves, but more the druids using them as cover.
Oh.
So they had been, as part of their ritual, which you're not 100% sure what the purpose of it was lying in the hill in wait, buried underneath on all the different mud and rocks.
That's so weird.
Hmm.
So, like, city?
Don't we have 2 more of these stones to find?
They're not anywhere here. I can't sense them.
So maybe they're over there.
Oh dear.
What if we can't get back?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we hear that the way the mist work is either you go in until you get sick and you have to go back out, or you go in and you come out back in circle, like basically walked in a circle?
Actually, it was a combination of both. You go round back in circles anyway, and the longer you stay in the mist, the more exhausted and sick you get.
So we can definitely try, like, peek in to see if it's the same kind of mist. Or if it's just like a shroud over a city.
You can certainly try.
Are there any animals around? I know this is like a graveyard, but are there any animals?
Not from what you can tell. They seem to have mostly abandoned the area. Although, actually, if anyone who wants to can make a nature check.
Yeah, any birds in the trees or anything? Let me get my nature up.
Never mind.
Alright, so we have sit. Anyone else making a nature check?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I will just for shits and giggles.
Wow. All that time spent in the wilderness channeling the deity of Shantae and finding peace. Still can't find an animal.
Yeah, you are just so engrossed in despair. You're thinking, why has he stopped talking now?
Sounds about right.
I will say, Maldrath, you're thinking that the hill is a bit eerily quiet, but you can't think of why. Sev, you look around and notice that it seems that a lot of animals have given this a wide berth. In fact, the trees, you can see some form of movement from them occasionally, but almost unnaturally, you can't see any birds resting on them or any signs that anything's touched it. It's almost as if wildlife has been avoiding this place specifically.
Does Roman seem uncomfortable? Well, apart from, being
he's barely awake and still has a lot of birds on his body. He might need to take it easy the trip back.
I mean, we all need to take it easy, don't we? Like, I am still really bad.
Slow ride, dun, 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 take it easy.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do, or are you guys gonna head back now?
If I can get my French accent on, Jean will finally speak up. Still not looking away from the disaster that occurred upon his poor horse, and he'll say, "From what we were told, the winery will still function with one stone. As for right now, I have a vested interest in getting this one back and returning to Irina before anything befalls her. We swore a promise, or at least I did, and I am a man of my word."
I agree. It's too dangerous. At the very least, we have unfinished business.
And we can ask the guy in the winery if he knows anything about it.
They have a raven. We can send it here. I can see through its eyes. We can know if it's safe.
I would like to just go to the edge of fog and just kind of like make some kind of check to find out if it's maybe an illusion. Like, is it gonna disappear if we leave?
You stick your head in, and just to complete the slow ride joke, you now have a fog hat.
I'll tell you that. Yeah, give me a wisdom check with it.
Just flat wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say flat wisdom for this. Nice. Okay, you study it and begin to investigate it, and you're more or less based on your knowledge of both nature and magic. It seems to be that this illusion is continuously maintained. Like, it doesn't seem temporary. It's almost like it's a projector that's stuck in an endless loop. The fog is continuously feeding into itself and showing that image specifically. Like, it shimmers a bit like
illusion.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It is definitely an illusion, but it's one that it shimmers as if it's going to change, but then loops back around straight to that image particularly.
Huh. Can I see any movement within it? Is it like the security cam loop where like a person walks through and then they walk through again?
It's only like a security cam loop in the sense that it shimmers to indicate that was the end of the original loop and then starts again.
Okay.
But it just seems to be there's no actual movement going on in it. It just seems to be like you just see this very old-looking cityscape.
Alright, Ward takes out a little notebook from his bag. It's really torn up, looks very old, has kind of a green cover, and it has a symbol on top of it, like almost a crest, with a bear depicted on it. Turns over several pages that have a lot of kind of scrawly scribble writing that gets a bit more erratic towards the end, and goes to a blank page, and then he quickly makes the best depiction of the illusion he can, draws it down.
Make me a performance check. No, I'm joking.
I mean, it's fair. I could end up drawing like a stick.
I would rule that is a dexterity check.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Dear diary.
Today I found a spear. It's no longer talking to me. I don't think we're friends anymore.
It's not exactly an artist, but it's enough. You get the general gist of what it's meant to be. So
Okay.
okay.
It's definitely an illusion, so I don't think we're missing very much.
It might mean something to Leo if we're headed back that way.
All right. And in that case, I presume everything's been done.
Yeah, everything on my end. I'm going to entrust Roman to Keldrin because Jean has put him through enough.
Okay.
Oh.
And with that, you all start marching. You all start marching down the hill. The rain's still continuing on with no end in sight. And I'm
keeping an eye out for nightmares and fucking Strahd.
Thankfully, nothing of that nature appears to. Nothing of that nature appears to be coming out to confront you at the moment. And in due course, as you continue wondering if Roll20 will behave itself for 5 minutes.
Did it get stuck again?
No, I just need to.
Oh no, it's an encounter! He's copying and pasting monsters!
You get there and you find a horde of. No, I'm joking. There we go. Yeah, sorry, everyone's a bit square there, but yeah, you find yourself back on. You find yourself back at the vineyard. And
Could you ping me, please?
do that now.
Thank you.
And if I just bring Robin out back here, yeah. So you find yourself back in the vineyard, and after seeing your presence, a raven flaps out in front of you, only for it to transform back into Davian, who, for the first time since you've seen him, actually has like a faint hint of a smile on his face and is looking excited. Like, you got it. Here, quickly.
I'm here. You're welcome.
You got excited and said, oh, thank you. You have saved our family's legacy. He looks at all of you and goes, and I see you've been through a great deal for it.
It's just a fight with Strahd, the usual.
His eyes
pat
widen at
Roman's
that. Like,
nose.
I'm sorry, what?
For whatever reason, he chose tonight to swoop in on us. Some of us, Jean just side-eyes Roman, barely made it out in one piece.
Side-eyeing Ward.
Yeah, and speaking with side-eyeing Ward, he adds, and some of us opted to fight him one-on-one.
He could have killed us whenever he wanted. And yet he keeps us alive.
He says, yeah, Strahd does like to toy with people. Still, I'm glad you're able to survive and bring this back. I'll keep up my end of the bargain. We're already in the process of preparing one of the vats now, and we should be ready within the hour. So, I'll give you a free ride back to town.
You know anything about... Actually, no. Go prepare the thing. You're gonna go to town?
Yeah. Yes, but I've got other lads preparing the vats. What are you going to ask me, girl?
No, I just wanted to ask. We saw like this weird illusionary city, and we're wondering if you know anything about that up there.
He pauses for a moment, thinks, and looks at the sky as if thinking about it, and then goes, "The sauce wall. At least."
Will I pull out my notes? The sauce while?
So here goes sauce wall. It used to, legends say, it used to be a wall where, if you stared at it, you could see an image of the past. I don't know if I don't put much stock in those things. These days, all it ever shows is that city. No one knows why.
I think I know someone who might.
Good for you. If you could put him in contact with us, that would help as well.
Depending on how the rest of today goes, we might be able to do exactly that. In the meantime, if it's not too much to ask, I would like to lodge my horse with you on a more permanent basis. I put this poor creature through enough today.
He he takes a look at the horse and says, You'll need treatments, but I suppose you'll make a good cart horse. But if you're sure...
I am. He was never meant for the battlefield. And frankly, I consider myself a minor maniac for having taken him onto it. I would like to pass the reins his way.
Ward goes up to Roman and just whispers into his ear. You're better off without him. He's honestly gonna die. We all are, so, you know, good luck.
Are you using a ritual for 10 minutes to do that?
Just whispering in common.
Cool.
Almost by sheer coincidence, Roman just gives a...
I'm just gonna, before you take the reins away from me, I'm just gonna pat his nose and quietly give him another healing word. Level 1. I'm not gonna roll it because it's not gonna matter, but
Fair enough.
it's 1 now.
He's Roman seems to appreciate it, and a lot of his worst birds are starting to heal up now. And it's David looks at you. David takes a moment to sees you doing this, and then he mutters under his breath, "This is one sane druid in this place."
And as just sort of stepping away, Jean will take one last look at Roman and say, "You always were a spirited one. I'm sure you'll do these people well. You certainly served me well. Best of luck to you, old friend." And like the cavalier he is, regarding his old friend, he steps away.
One of the were-ravens comes down and starts leading Roman away towards the stables, who gives you a brief look back, like it tugs to the reins a little bit before being led calmly towards these stables. Before, as he said, it's going to take an hour to. It's going to take an hour to prepare the vat. Does anyone want to do anything in that time? I'll allow you that. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I took a surprisingly small amount of damage, but I would like to heal it.
Fair enough.
I took a surprisingly large amount of damage.
So yeah, anyone who needs it can take a short rest.
Honestly, just a quiet corner. Goes around, slumps up against something, and just head in his hands for a while, out of everyone's sight.
Okay.
Oh, that was terrible, but that is exactly enough to put me at max.
I need another one. Fuck. Alright, better.
And so, with that, you all take the time to just... Nice. You
That's
take the time...
plus con, is it?
Yeah, I believe
it?
so, yes.
Okay.
Twice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's what you hit dice plus your level or something, is it?
Hit dice plus your...
Your hit
That's
die
the number
plus
of hit dice you
con.
could roll.
Alright.
Does anyone know if I've used any? Because I don't know.
No, not
Don't
since we took
believe
a
it.
long
No,
one.
not today.
I'm gonna use 2 more.
Yeah.
Be
Guys-
wary, you only get half your level in hit dice returned to you on a long rest.
Ah, good to know. Rounded up or rounded down?
I'll say...
I think it's, I don't know.
So
Not sure.
I
I think
potentially
it's
have
at their
one more.
discretion. I'll say rounded down.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is usually rounded down.
Right, that's fine.
Yeah, for Rubbins.
I mean, I just gave you a magic spear, dude. Come on.
Fine.
That
Okay.
was not supposed to be plus 7.
And with all of that, you'll find a moment to just slump in the corner out of sheer exhaustion, slowly taking the time to heal and get yourself back up.
I'm also gonna take the time to figure out what the fuck that potion was that we found in the Hag's Tower like an eternity ago. It's
Okay.
labeled youth. What is it?
Okay. You can make either... You can make one of 3 checks. Investigation, Arcana, or Nature. It's entirely your choice.
Nature. It's not even a question.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. That was so close to a nat 20.
You take a look at it and, strangely enough, it looks like golden syrup.
What?
It seems like you smell that there might be some elements added to it, like there's some strange aromas mixed of it, but the majority of it looks like golden syrup.
Golden syrup. Is that like a description for something, or is it like
Oh.
literally maple syrup?
It's like literally like golden syrup's it's like a variation of it, but yeah, it's literally syrup that's gold.
Huh.
Delicious.
If it's literally gold, we'll sell it.
I'm gonna.
No,
I'm
not
gonna.
literally gold.
I'm gonna dip my pinky finger in it and kind of like.
Is it made
Turns
of
to
children?
dust.
No.
You take a tiny bit of it. There is like a strange warm feeling with it. Not too much, but
But it's definitely not a warm feeling that I would get from having normal maple syrup.
no,
Golden
it's
maple
slightly
syrup.
different. Like you still get the syrup. No, syrupy taste is an absolutely useless adjective. You still get that kind of sweet, sugary taste from it, but there is like a warm feeling in there as well. So something
I still
magical
don't
might have
trust
happened,
this.
but
I
you
don't
don't know.
trust this. I'm putting this back in the bottom of the bag.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't show it to the alcoholic in the group. He will down
Oh
it.
my god.
Which
Take a long
alcoholic?
time to down syrup,
Good
wouldn't it?
question.
It helps
Also,
you forget stuff.
Okay.
Elixir bottle labeled youth, radiates magic, tastes like maple syrup.
Yes. And looks like it, and pretty much behaves exactly the same way as it.
I found out something about it.
Okay. And so with that, a little bit refreshed, you are walking towards the cart. At which point, whilst you're there, Damien, Damon says, "All right, get yourself up." He then looks at you, Keldra, and then goes, "Oh, the rest seems to have done you good."
Huh? Oh no. Oh no. What?
What a twist.
Oh, no.
Does are we all there?
Am I
Does
gonna be
Keldrin look
stuck in a
different?
dire wolf again?
Make me a perception check.
She like X
Oh,
years
no.
younger or something? Like
Yeah.
yeah, let's do this.
Oh god.
Oh, fucking hell.
No way.
Right. Valdar, Jean.
Oh come on.
No, but most
the
people
spear
don't
is
actually-
really interesting. I'm not going to look at anything else the rest of the game.
Plus, you don't really notice much. Like, she does seem to have a bit of more energy to her. Seth, you're usually the more perceptive of the group anyway, and you spot that it seems to be like a lot of the wear that has been on her, especially since coming to Barovia, seems to have worn off. It looks like, I can describe it as that. It looks like she's been to a spa or something. Like,
But the way I'm picturing this is she's just got like sparkles all around her.
it's not that extreme.
Anime,
A lot of it is fairly subtle. Like, a lot of it's fairly subtle, which is why most of you completely missed it. Like, if you just sort of glance at her, oh yeah, whatever, she's always like that. But because you're very perceptive and you've been around her a lot longer, you can tell that a lot of stuff like some of the scars, some of the some of the bags under the eyes and any of the signs of stress, that's been alleviated, and so. Yeah, like I said, it's like she's just been to a spa that's been relaxing for a long time.
Potion of spa day.
It looks like you've managed to rest for longer than an hour in only an hour.
That is going on the description. Tastes and acts like maple syrup, but is actually spa day.
Dermatologists hate her. Discover her secret.
Oh man. So
I think I've got my D&D clip for my next intro.
Basically, I fear what will happen to us if we drink the whole thing. I legitimately think we may turn into a fetus.
We'll see. It depends if you're going to take that risk. Anyway.
Well,
I mean, thank goodness Keldrin is a dwarf, so, like, it's a lot of years, even though she's technically out of teenager just for a dwarf, but oh my goodness.
It's taken the last week off of you, at least.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Cool. I still don't trust it.
Like, you know how you get like really high on sugar and stuff? Is she gonna have like a massive like sugar crash? She's gonna be like, oh god, it's all catching up with me.
Oh,
maybe,
no.
maybe.
Oh
We'll
no,
see.
is she gonna have a sugar rush and start acting like Errol?
No.
No.
Oh,
No, you don't feel like any difference in yourself, Keldrin, apart from having that slight warmness. So, if anything, as far as you're concerned, two of the men accompanying you have just started commenting on your appearance in a way that's kind of weird. But
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the great axe where we were, because I'm carrying.
okay.
A great sword, and no, sorry.
An arsenal.
Which was the one I grabbed from the guy I defeated? Was that a
That
great
was
axe?
the sword.
Oh yeah,
That was
A
I
more
will
civilized
leave-
weapon for a more civilized time.
I will leave whichever was the other weapon.
Okay.
Well, you should probably take something that's still silvered, just in case.
Yeah, I thought it was a great sword I had that was silvered, and I took an axe from him.
okay.
That rings
Yeah,
a
you
bell,
took the
actually.
axe from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the sword was silvered.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the silver great sword. I'm gonna leave the axe, especially as he might, try and get it back off me if I go there. But I'm carrying, 2 big weapons, 3 big weapons.
You have a ranged attack, Ward.
Okay. And so the cart, and so with that, the cart begins to slowly trundle along. Like, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's a lot more comfortable than walking, and you're grateful for the bit of respite, especially after everything you've been through recently.
Are we
As
able to
you're-
rest during this? Sorry, as we're
Yeah,
are we
sure.
walking beside it.
You are pretty much you're able to sit on the cart at this point, or at the very least the horses that are pulling it along. So everything seems to be okay so far. As
Question, because I know this is a thing that occasionally happened with carriages, can Jean ride up in the passenger seat up front?
Yeah, sure. You push up there in between one werewolf and a Damien. Damien, who just kind of goes and doesn't acknowledge your presence in any way because it's Damien.
Yeah, fair enough. This is the view Jean is used to. He likes seeing what the hell is happening in front of him.
As you get, sorry, as you start slowly as you pass one of the crossroads again, you get a little. Seth, you feel a nudge next to you, and Lily is leaning a bit closer towards you, and anyone else can make, if they want to, can make a perception check with disadvantage. But Seth,
I'll
to
pass.
see if you hear this.
Ward has his head in his hands.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'd still be
Oh,
watching around and also keeping an eye on Ward, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I would have headspace to also listen on conversations.
Yeah,
But
you,
it's too busy resting.
19.
you complete. Yeah, unfortunately you missed it, John. But Seth, Lily whispers and goes, "That lake. That's where the werewolf's den is."
Are you completely sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe now's not the time. But
I know.
I don't,
She's like, I know. Just keep that in mind.
one day. But it's soon.
And with that, the cart continues ambling and slowly marching along. It's a. You slowly pass by it, and you see through the wood of the glen a strange tower rising just a short distance above the lake, although it appears to be a bit old and decrepit, around this direction. For anyone who's curious. But otherwise, it continues to. The cart continues to trundle its way along to back towards Valaki.
Could
And-
you ping me where we are? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Cheers.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you continue to trundle along its way. It's slow, and it takes about a good hour or two, but it's still, because you believe it or not, this whole thing with Strahd happened almost first thing in the morning. It's still just past midday by the time you get back to Valaki, and I am just going to adjust some things before taking you there. As you slowly approach the town, you recognize the. You can clearly recognize the walls rising up, but then, as you suddenly come around, you hear some noises that are slightly less welcome. You hear, you hear some muffled shouts, and some of you hear the clash of steel as.
Oh, fuck.
You slowly come back to the gates, and you find that there is a bit of chaos going on. You find that three of the town's guards who were watching the gate previously are now currently grappling two strange-looking zombies, and on top of, and they seem to be, seem to be holding their ground. But it seems to be. But Damien quickly draws the cart to a halt and goes, "What the hell?" And with that, I would like you guys to roll initiative.
All right.
Yeah, as soon as I see this, I just flourish my blade out of its sheath.
Okay.
Oh, gosh darn.
Oh shit.
Oh my god!
Fucking zombies!
Nice. Right after you see the zombies, you're like, "Boom!" Okay, first off, turn the volume down because it's got blaring something fierce.
I'm so used to going dead last as Colette that being at the top of my game as Jean is so surreal.
Okay, so
Talking about dead last. Woo!
And I'll quickly
I
roll for
really
them as
love
well.
this spear.
Oh, you're not dead last,
It's
Ward.
encompassing all your attention. So quickly look at this. We have obviously Maldaf at the top, followed by
21. Me.
yeah, followed by Jean, followed by Keldred.
You can probably turn the music up a smidge.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that in a second once I've written everything down. Followed by Seth, and then followed by Seth, followed by Ward, and then me. So, and as I turn the music up a smidge, Maldrath, you're up.
Alright, I was just seeing what I've got. I will move though. To there.
Okay.
And I want to be sort of wary of my spell slots.
Mm-hmm. You can also use cantrips for free, don't forget.
Yeah. I was trying to find out which had the best bang for my buck.
Fair enough.
Right, I'll throw a Sacred Flame on him.
Okay, he makes the deck save.
And that'll be the one with 2 guards on it.
Natural one.
Oh,
Yeah.
not. Yeah, he. Yeah, it's no problem. You extend a hand, the flame starts to. The radiant flame quickly catches fire. So, is it. Which one are you aiming for?
The northernmost one.
Okay. So, you focus your energy on it, and the. The creature slowly starts to catch fire, surprising the 2 guards who who briefly were wondering if this was actually part of the zombies' attack until realizing, no, it's not.
Do zombies usually catch fire? Yeah, I think so.
Don't give the DM ideas of flaming zombies.
So metal.
Yeah. Sadly, it doesn't have the vulnerability to it, but it still takes 4 damage.
That'll do it for me till next turn.
Okay. So, with that, John, you're up.
Okay, I said sword, but they're far enough away that my first instinct would be to go for my crossbow, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 come up behind Maldrath. And I do believe that I can get a direct line of sight on the northernmost zombie.
I will say so, yes. I mean...
Okay.
I'm sure Maldrath can take 1 step to the side just to make sure he can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Okay,
you're
so
not
2
5-foot square people.
Yeah, so 2 crossbow shots.
Okay.
An 11 and an 18.
I'm just gonna double check. Both hit.
I love zombies.
Roll your damage.
Total of 17.
Nice. And you fire... You, with quick position, take aim and fire 2 bolts. And... Let's see. I'm just double check it. I mean... Okay, not quite. You do... You are now... The hour is funky in, and the zombie, it lurches but barely reacts to it. However, you can see, due to its withered form, it did a considerable number on it. So, that's a... Let's see.
Would you say that considerable number was 17?
Yes.
Yeah.
One way you could say it, yes. It is barely holding itself together now.
Cool. That's all, folks.
Okay, and with that, Keldrin, you're up.
First off, can I look around to see if there are any more incoming?
Make me a perception check.
Nah.
You don't really see a lot. I mean, your attention is kind of taken by the screaming zombies that are pounding on the poor guards, one of which looks surprisingly young.
The guard or the zombie?
The guard, not the zombie.
It's one youthful looking zombie. Must have had some of that syrup.
Had to ask. Okay. So I only have level 1s and level 3 left. You know what? Fuck it. It's been a hard day. I'm casting level 3 Call Lightning. And I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up in the back of the cart and like kind of gesture a swirl and a storm cloud, like a pretty fucking huge 60-foot radius storm cloud.
Wow.
Appears over the gate, and then a bolt of lightning forks out and goes to the southern zombie.
Okay. Is that the spell
He
attack
makes
roll?
a save. Hang on. Dexterity saving throw.
Of course, also would be. Okay.
I'm gonna hit the guard, right?
Fuck you. So he takes the full 3d10.
Okay.
Just imagining Keldrin on the cart like.
Doesn't it have a slight AoE to it?
Oh my god, it does. Well, I've never used the spell, so poor guard.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
guard. You have to
Could
make
you
a dexterity as
could
well.
you cast it backwards? Sorry, bring the lightning down backwards so it still hits
Oh,
the
yeah.
zombie but not hits the
So-
guard.
They're
So
wearing
that I-
metal
that I
hats.
focus
Oh
it-
my god.
So I focus.
So
I
You're
can't
focusing it
fucking
behind-
ping. I'm sorry. I'll focus it on the square that's like behind the zombie.
so here.
Yeah.
Okay. You could focus all of your energy. You're swelling the energy. Almost thinking if Strahd could do it, so can I. You focus on all the energy.
That's right, motherfucker.
There's a slight rumble. Both the zombie and the young guard look up. Lightning strikes down. It doesn't directly hit anything, but the sheer force of it blasts the zombie in the back. So it's almost like someone exploded behind it, just going, and yeah, that that took out a large chunk of it off. Like its entire back is sheared. You can almost see the insides of it. But
This
So-
is very impressive. However, Keldrin is like at the back of the cart and really short, so like
Yes.
didn't see it happen. So, but it's like like
It just happened. It just happened.
Meanwhile,
Anyway,
I'm just
I will
preoccupied
use the-
by.
I'll use the rest of my turn to panic, and that's me.
okay.
bonus
I'm
action
just
panic.
preoccupied- I'm just preoccupied imagining Keldrin doing the Randy Orton pose in the back of the cart.
Okay. And
No,
with that,
it's more of a.
and with that, Seth, you're up.
I'll go.
Oh, something's gonna die.
Yeah, I'll go for the north one to start with.
Okay.
And since I'll have advantage the first round, I'll sharpshooter. Why not?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Literally no point rolling damage if he hits.
This is one of the things about being a melee character. I'm just gonna be like, yep,
Hey guys, I'm here. Oh.
They got this.
let me put my feet up a little bit.
You with all the you take that little extra longer to aim, shoot. The two guards here are heroically fighting this zombie. One of them is about to strike, and then suddenly the arrow comes through it, taking its head clean off, and the taking its head clean off, which then bounces against the wall, plops into the in front of the guards, who just sort of catches from this thing, then goes. The zombie itself is flat out dead.
Yes. Oh, that's all I wanted.
And I'll send a
And
second
the
arrow
second
down
one.
range.
He
Okay.
dead.
Sharpshooter, but no Colossus Slayer this time.
Righto. Oh, that's an advantage, right?
Yeah, fortunately.
Okay. Yes, fortunately. Yeah, that's a definite hit. Roll your damage. Yeah, so aim again. You aim once again, take my position, you fire straight at it, and you fire straight at it, and again, just take its head off. Like, at this time, it manages to stick into the gate itself, and just kind of sort of swings there, whilst the young lad just sort of stares and goes.
Oh,
so, yeah.
man.
That zombie is down. But strangely enough, you hear a strange, almost ominous shriek from nearby.
Oh, no.
Okay, look for the shriek.
Give me... Okay, yeah, I'll say give me a perception check.
It's
we
the
all
spear.
heard it.
It's talking again.
Oh,
I see everything.
you look around.
Alright
and
guys, Seth is the whole party.
You look around and you'll find it managed to track one of the shrieks to a tree just a good shot to what would be your left around here towards the big rock, so I'll pin you around there. And you then quickly look back and you also see in a tree very close to the gate over here, you can also see a unnatural rustling in the leaves, which indicates that something large is also trying to be stealthy in the branches as well.
I'll point out the locations to the rest of the party and say there could be more things in the trees here and there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and with that, that's the end of your turn. So, with that, Ward, you're up.
Oh, wow. Did I hear about the trees? There was
Yes,
noise coming from this direction?
Yes.
Can I make a perception?
Well, Steph's next to you and he pointed it out, so...
But I didn't see a monster or anything.
Okay, yeah, make a perception check.
Alright, alright, alright.
You're
Oh,
shitting
nice.
me.
Yeah!
Once
Wow.
he points it out,
I finally looked down from the spear.
you focus your bloodlust, and you can see through the trees as you intensely focus on it. From all your training of monster hunting, you can actually see a bony skeleton sitting amongst the trees and aiming its bow directly towards Seth. Actually,
Oh, wow. What distance are they from? Like,
Let's see.
It's within 30 feet, but I do have to get up this as well. Like, it's at a verge.
yeah, so that's an additional 5 feet. So,
Oh, I can still make it then, because it's 20 feet to get
yeah,
next
you
to
can
it.
still make it. I mean,
Okay.
it's still up in the tree, which is about another 5 feet, 10 feet up. But
Ah! I'll go towards him.
okay.
So that's 25 there, and then I've got 5 feet more, but he's up in the tree. But
Yeah, he's up in the tree, like where you're standing. You're right in front of the tree, but he's at the very top. So,
Oh, boy.
well, so he's like, it's not the tallest tree in the world. It's like about what I meant by 5 and 10 feet more is that it's 5 or 10 feet up.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
You might be able to just get it with the spear,
Can
but
I-
it will
can
be
I
a
jump?
disadvantage.
And yeah. So what I'll do is I will bonus action rage, and then I will reckless attack, jump and prod him to make it a normal attack to cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, I'll allow that. Go
excellent,
ahead.
good stuff.
So just be a
This
straight
is
roll,
gonna
so.
be like horrendous. Okay, because I have like +10 to attack now.
Oh my god.
Should I -5? He's just a skeleton. Yeah. Yeah, let's -5. Yep. Oh yeah. 20.
Believe it or not, that hits. You tap into that same bloodlust that's motivating you now, and almost strangely inspired by the spear's words from earlier, you take a running leap and just shove it, thrust the spear straight into the tree, and you can definitely hear a solid thunk as it knocks against the skull of the skeleton. Roll your damage.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be horrendous. It's a D8, but +2 from rage, and it's a +2 spear, and then it's +10.
Yes.
So that is.
Wait, where's the +10 coming from?
It's a +2 spear, right? And then +10 because I'm using the attack, the -5 to hit +10 damage.
That's
Right,
only
okay.
with heavy weapons, isn't it?
Oh, is it heavy weapons? I thought it was two-handed weapons.
Is that Great Weapon Mastery?
Yeah.
Yes.
See if you're holding it in two hands.
Well, I'm quickly checking that
Let me
now.
check it out. Ooh, it doesn't say on my thing. I think it's if I'm holding it in two hands, though.
I'm just looking through the feat sheets now. Just
Before
okay,
you make a
double check.
melee attack with a heavy weapon that you
Oh,
are
heavy
proficient
weapon.
with,
Oh, no. Okay, I don't get it.
Okay, so but you still get the +4 from the rage and the magic.
Okay. That's that much.
17.
Yep.
Yeah, you completely annihilate it. It's like you thrust the spear straight into his skull and it shatters, and the entire thing just sort you almost like some kind of strange macabre anime. You land with the spear, and then straight from behind you, out of the tree, individual bones start clattering to the ground like.
Badass.
That's me.
Okay, and with that, it comes round to them, and just to confirm, that one, from the direction that Seth pointed out, an arrow shoots forth towards one of the guards. And I believe, yeah, they don't have the greatest AC neither. Well, that manages to strike this guard here, and he's wounded, clutching his shoulder in agony. The guards are looking around, but they can't seem to find what's actually going on. And with that, it comes back round to you guys. Maldrath, you're up.
I suppose I'll have to do a perception to try and find out where that arrow came from.
Do it with do it with advantage, because the arrow did kind of partially give away the position.
And it was pointed out to me before that there's some in those trees.
Yeah, it was pointed out to you before, and you can see the arrow, so I'll say do it with advantage.
Well,
yeah, it's very
just in case I get a 20. I did not get a 20.
It's very clear he is right there in the tree.
It's not going to get me close enough to do what I want to do.
Ah.
I'll still go up as close as I can and...
Okay.
Sacred flame the motherfucker! Maybe radiant damage does something? It's a skeleton.
Well, I was thinking I'll just throw a chill touch on him and maybe get his attention that way.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't do much in the way of damage, but it's effects I'm after.
Go ahead and make me a melee attack roll, I believe. Let's see, chill touch.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
That did not work.
As unfortunately, your imposing visage as a death cleric kind of alerts it to something coming its way, and it just barely manages to avoid this ominous ghostly hand as it flies towards it. It ducks out the way, and well, you've chill touched a lot of the leaves. They're probably going to be feeling the effects for a while, but not much else.
In that case, I shall spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh wait, I got 2d6 temporary hit points.
You summon the... whilst I get the...
dude!
Oh no!
Welcome to my rolls.
Unfortunately, this is a very nimble skeleton, so the... so the scythe, it comes down, but unfortunately it gets caught up in the leaves, which gives it just enough time to shuffle over and avoid most of the scythe.
Well, if it survives till my next turn, then it's really gonna get it.
Okay. And that ends your turn for now, so Jean, you're up.
Oh, someone's gonna get their sacre blood.
Yeah.
I'm going to step. I'm gonna move further toward the gates, just so I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so I'm moving that way and helping out the guards, and I'm just gonna unload on this thing with 2 more shots.
Okay, go for it.
9 of 14.
You fire the 2 shots. One of them sits by making no impact, getting caught up in the trees again. One just manages to hit, catching it on the side of the shoulder. Roll your damage.
I'll take it.
It's a pretty good hit, but it's from your perspective, Maldrath, you can tell that it's still up and about. It's not quite dead yet. Well, it is technically dead, but you know what I mean.
I'm not wasting my action surge on this thing.
Undead.
Hey.
So that's me.
Alrighty then. Eldred, you're up.
So I just actually read the card, and it's still raining, right?
Yeah.
It sounds
so
like
technically, I do 1 more d10 damage.
Oh, the lightning.
But it's under stormy conditions. So I don't know if this counts as stormy conditions. Not that it really matters.
I mean, in fairness,
my storm cloud is 60 feet centering from this air. So yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah.
I was going. And he makes a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Nah, oh my god.
Well, it's 18. Well, what's your...
15, so he takes half damage.
Okay, roll the damage then. So, the skeleton hears a rumble on their head, and Flash, and it tries to leap out of the way. However, what it doesn't realize is that you essentially, in your panic, use the lightning to just blast the tree. Like, the lightning strikes down, the entire tree is engulfed with light and almost explodes. And Maldrath, you watch as bits of flaming branches, leaves, and eventually a pile of bones collapse in front of you, and he's instantly gone.
Oh wow.
I'm just staring at it like, oh no.
Oh, yes.
That'll teach that tree for getting in the way.
And with that, you take a moment's silence just to make absolutely sure that everything's okay. But you pause, and everything seems fine.
I keep the storm cloud up. I don't trust anything today.
The very young guard steps up towards you, and you can see, John, that he's more or less like teenage age, but he's still wearing the armor. He approaches nervously of us and goes, thank you very much for helping us with that. Those are really scary things, good sir.
Oh.
Don't be afraid!
All in a day's work, my boy.
It looks a bit confused. He whips his head back to hear you, Jean, then looks back at Warden and goes, that's right. Thank you for saying this. However, I'm gonna need you all to stay there. Guys, it's those guys they talked about, so if you could just keep up the blockade, I'll be back. And he runs inside the gate whilst the two guards step in front of you and blockade the way to the gate.
I don't think we're going to get a warm welcome this time.
Is
Did any
this
of the monsters make it inside the town?
The guard looks in front of you and goes, No, they didn't. Thanks to your help, they stayed outside.
Listen, is this anything to do with me cutting off the arm of, this thing? And he pulls out the arm. Is there anything to do with this?
He
Does it? And I point it towards him and kind of hand his face.
The guard sort of very stares at it, but somehow manages to keep a straight face, even though you can see his eyes are a little bit horrified, but he goes, Yes, that is definitely it.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Puts
That
it away.
cannot be fresh.
It's really smelling bad at this point. A few moments later, the young man comes back, followed by a swarm of different guards of all sizes, and if I could
I'm just going to move my spiritual weapon close to my side.
I've still got the storm cloud up.
The guards all walk up and says, the young lad points to an older dark-skinned man who honestly looks like, you can just tell from his face, he's fed up with life at this point. He just, so the young man, in stark contrast to the young boy that goes, yeah, that's it. They really helped us, but it was a really scary, destructive way, but they did help us. The man goes, thanks, I'll take it over from here. He steps in for the goes, so, and seeing that you're still holding the arm, he goes,
I put it away.
As he sees you holding it away, he goes, I guess you now know what this is about, then.
I suspected there might be some repercussions.
Yes.
Don't fucking lie, you didn't.
Well,
Yes.
I cut off the arm of that dude.
Yeah.
Well,
And he
you
was in
did,
charge
I
of the
don't
town.
think Ward.
He sighed and goes, Yes, there are. Forget the huge numbers here, but, well, it's been a busy couple of days. He rummages around in his pack and pulls out a crumpled letter. It seems to be made out of very fancy paper, but it has not been treated well. As he's probably read it, crunched it up, and is now just sort of kind of unraveling it. Sorry, something fell down there.
Dropping all his stuff.
Yeah.
Ward
Just
picks
drops
it up,
everything in his pack like
gives
on
it
the
back
ground.
to him.
Yeah, actually, that probably would fit him. He just sort of grabs it out, drops the pack, and then just unfolds it, and then goes, let's get this over with. He then starts reading. The following is an official decree from the great, handsome, and jolly, if I do say myself, oh, for fuck's sake, Baron Vargas Valakovich of the happy town of Valaki. Personally, I'd like to hereby congratulate these adventurers for helping us clear the minions of Strahd that attempted to sneak into our fair city. I wish I could end the letter here, he says, making a pointed look at Ward. But these would-be heroes followed this up with a brutal attack on the distinguished captain of the guard, distinguished captain of the town guard, leading me to suspect that this may be a double bluff or even a triple bluff. That's not how that works. By the Devil Strahd, the sneaking stronger minions and spies into our fair town. An advice from our Holy Mother and pleas from their shiny armoured companion, I will stay my hand and not exile them from the town. However, we cannot take chances, so from this moment forth until further notice, I decree that whenever these would-be heroes enter Valaki, they will have 2 guards following them at all times, apart from the one called Ward, who gets 4 guards following him. To be clear, all times means all times. Watch them eat, watch them sleep. Oh, one father, help me. What even watch them in the privy? Do not let them.
I want that guy,
sight.
the really hyper guy. I want him. Why are you guys still letting me back in the town?
Besides, I'm asking that question myself. And 2 then goes. Any suspicious activity must hereby be reported and followed with exile. Any failure to report of this which results in the damage to our town will result in exile for the assigned guard. Follow these orders and all will be well, yada yada yada. He then crumples it and throws it over. So, looks like we're going to be getting to know each other. To your posts. And with that, the guards begin to surround you, and surprisingly to your wishes, both the young lad and the grumpy guy who's been reading the letter begin to surround you, Ward.
I thought we'd pick our teams.
No, they pick for you. Jean, you are greeted by a rather tall and stout figure of man with a rather grizzled-looking beard that hasn't been... It looks like it hasn't been very well kept. It seems to be a bit scraggly. He looks down at you and goes, "So you're the one they call Jean, then, eh?"
Yeah, I have. Yes, I have been called my name in certain circles. Jean would like to give him the once-over and say, "You know, you have the makings of a fantastic beard. I could give you some advice sometime." And I would just like to carry on, saying as I go, if at the very least, could you do us the service of letting the cart behind us in without any ceremony? I'm sure certain folk would appreciate it in the town proper.
He says, "Yeah, the cart is fine to come in. We're only assigned to follow you after all." Seth, you are approached by you're approached by another guard and a slightly tan-skinned individual who just seems to be quiet and watches you. His companion looks at Lily and goes, There seems to be one more than intended." Marcus eyes and goes, "Well then, are you a combatant?" Lily goes, "No, not to my knowledge."
No.
Nice. Oh, fine then. It'd probably be bad for us to expend another guard anyway. And Keldrin, you are approached by I've run out of additional guard tokens, but there's going to be one additional guard with you. You're approached by 2 women, one of which has like a slight fringe on her side, and she's just sort of quietly, pretty much staring at you, basically.
You know, they have the same hairstyle.
Twinsies.
That's a sheer coincidence, actually. Meanwhile, Maldrav, you are approached by 2 twins who...
Real twinsies.
Yeah. the actual twins, who literally come to your side and just sort of, they're a little bit nerd, but they're keeping their slight distance from you, but they are still doing their best to keep a watchful eye and have their hands on their spears at the ready.
So can you guys like finish each other's sentences and stuff?
Being an actual identical twin, twins are weird. I can tell you that from real life.
One of them goes, "No, no, not really." And the other one responds, "And honestly, we're kind of tired of people asking us that." And so, with that, you all begin to march into town with a much larger escort than you had originally planned. As the
Are they gonna follow behind us, or because like Keldrin would be like walking like just really twitchy.
Honestly, incredibly surprised they're letting me back in. Haven't taken my weapons.
They realize all four of the guards are pretty much surround. For most of you, the guards are basically literally directly either side of you. For Ward, they're pretty much surrounding at this point.
I hope they like drinking.
They are pretty much surrounding him. Some of them have their hands on their weapons just in case.
I imagine most of them have their hands on their noses.
Most of them are keeping a professional face, although the poor young ones kind of go.
Uh-huh.
This entire session is worth it just to see you make that face, Jonas.
And as you re-enter the city of Vallaki with the large escort, I believe this is a good time to take a quick break.
Okay, we're going to take a break. Sorry for not zooming out and showing you guys that battle, but you saw how it ended. It was super fast. We kicked some zombie butt. Okay, we're going to take a real quick break, guys. We will be right back. And thanks for joining us in the chat, everybody. And we will be right back. See you soon. we're back, everyone. Welcome back to the action. Few little things I want to quickly say after the break. I have my chat working so I can see all of your chat through all of the streams, you know, through all of the various platforms I'm restreaming through. So don't worry about that, and thanks for being so active in the chat. I love you guys. And the weapon, we looked into that, and I can do the bonus action attack if I get a critical or drop somebody, but I can't do the -5 to +10 damage. That's fine. I also found out it's bound to me from the DM, so I can't give it to Jean, which was my other flop. That's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
And someone, the Beard Gamer Laku, was asking about our classes. I'm a barbarian. Keldrin is a druid. Seth is a ranger. Jean is a fighter. Maldrath is a cleric. And with all that said, Jonan, stuff has happened.
Yep, you are now fully escorted by 2 members of the town guard each, apart from Ward, who has 4. I've not put them on the map for simplicity's sake because this map's kind of cluttered, but yeah, just assume that the guards are always with you.
We have a
following you,
convoy with us.
Well, yeah, more like chaperones instead. They're watching you for any suspicious activity, basically waiting for any excuse to kick you out of town. So behave.
Okay.
I'll be considering my guards as my entourage.
Yep.
I'm gonna make like super awkward conversation, like, hi, I'm Keldrin. What's your names?
The one of the guards hardly responds. Dunja. The other one just sort of nervously looks taken aback because Gallia? Galima? Yeah, Galima.
Was that a character?
It
Also,
was actually, yes.
Also, may I just point out that that our cleric has a maltourage.
Hey.
Yeah, she looks a bit flustered, but then it's all causing moving forward.
Nice to meet you. I guess.
She nervously.
Internal panic, just.
Yeah, she makes she switches between looking straight ahead and taking long stares at you, but then staring ahead, trying not to notice.
Okay, so my absolute first priority is to check in on the church, and specifically the person inside the church.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so all of you move towards the church here, and I will move you inside there now.
We'll let the crows deliver their wine on their own.
Yeah, they've already gone on ahead and have started. Their carts slowly marching back down these streets of Vallaki, which still seems to be in festive mood. Hence the jolly music. Well,
what's the festival today?
It's from what you can tell from the signs, it's still the Festival of the Sun. In fact, you can see that the town is a little bit more active, and you can actually hear the lead guard beside you, Lord Coffin, goes, "Oh, you're lucky. You'll get to attend the festival later on."
Wouldn't want to miss it.
Would there be drink?
Birds to sing to the woods must tonight.
Hey boy! I look at the very young chap.
Looks up and goes, "Yes."
How much battle have you seen?
See the little bit. There was that fight with. Never mind. I'm not the one asking on trial here. Well, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
And you will watch battle.
How much battle have you seen? This morning count?
The lead guard decides and goes, "Look, oh, for God's sake, Joseph, stop giving. It'll just be easier if you just shut up and don't respond." The guard goes, right, I will not respond. Right.
Okay, so Irina.
Yeah. You all enter the church accompanied by your escorts, and
Oh my god.
yeah, they're still following you.
I can't wait for Strahd to kill all of these guys and for us to get blamed.
So yeah, you all enter. You all start to walk towards the church one by one. A couple of the seeing so many guards around you, and many of the townsfolk that were hanging around my own business, also go and start moving out of the way. So who wants to go in first?
Uh,
I'd sort of like to lead the way. I have fewer guards around me, and I have a vested interest in making sure that Irina is not in a state of, dead
Death.
or worse.
I'll follow him in.
Okay, you guys follow, and I'll just grab the two twins. There we go, that's the one. Okay. There's the other twin. Right, so,
Has the church been cleaned up since
the church...
kerfuffle happened?
To be honest, a lot of the benches are still looking a bit grimy, and some of them are just flat out broken. But there's still a singe mark on the wall from last time, but it's been mostly cleaned up. Mostly, I mean, it can still be a respectable church. And there's so many tokens, so I'm just gonna say they're at your side for the moment. In fact, you actually see that Irina is actually tending to one of the walls, wiping it down, and is or in the middle of fixing one of the parts when it turns around and goes, "Ah, I see you've all made it back. So your trip into the winery was a success then."
Of a sort, and the return reception could have been more positive, though I'm not quite sure what else I expected.
Leo sighs and goes, "Well, that is what happens when you attack the town guard. I mean, do you have any idea how many shouting matches I had to get through just to have them let you into town? He's, from what I can tell, and forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn," he says, taking a glance at the guards. He's very protective of that man in particular. At which point the leader of the guard just answers and goes, "More like the other way around, but yeah, pretty much."
how has the captain of the guard been acting since? Still crazy?
He says, "We've had a couple of tense staring contests outside the church, but he hasn't done anything energetic since."
How have you been?
He's not. I've been good. I've been true to my word, keeping an eye on Irina, especially after you receiving your message. Although, I'm a bit worried. I thought the Holy Ground was meant to protect Strahd from finding her.
That wasn't quite applicable in the way that it was found out.
Some issues arose, but,
He gives you all a very judgmental look, but then goes, "Oh, well, I suppose it can't be helped."
If the rest of you would agree with me, I do think now, with what has come to light, it might be best that our friend here actually takes the woman away. If any of us should know where they're going, it's just going to lead to them being discovered again.
Is there another sacred ground anywhere? I would like to go over to Arena and I'd like to make an inside check how she's doing.
Okay, go ahead and do that. She looks over at you and says, "Oh wow, you all look so tired. Apart from you, Keldrin, you seem to be okay for yourself."
That's why the people I don't understand anyway.
so radiant.
From your inside check, she's a little unnerved by the news, but seems to be doing okay. In fact, she's... It's kind of strange. You saw earlier when she was doing the work that she was pretty grateful about going ahead and doing it. Like, she was glad to be helping people, but she is a bit unnerved by all that's going on. She's aware that it's still very tense.
Okay. Would the sacred ground still stop Strahd from coming in? Is that a thing? Because I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as she leaves, then he's gonna see where she is again. And I don't know how far away the next sacred ground is.
I'm sure Strahd has access to many minions that can go across sacred ground.
At which point, the bearded guy next to Jean pipes up and goes, "Hang on, let's see if I can get this straight. You know Strahd's hunted this woman, and you brought her into town.
Well,
I
yeah,
know-
because that's the only place where she'd be safe.
Jean will just sort of do a sideways nod at Keldrin to agree with that, and say, we were told that this was the only readily available safe sanctuary and within convenient reach. Correct us if we're wrong, of course. But were it not for this place, I imagine she would still be under constant accostement.
I mean, yes, we were told that both the Sacred Ground and militia would be the best way to keep me safe. At which point the head of the guards sighs and goes, "Ugh, we're probably gonna have to put extra watch on this just in case."
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I
inside.
really want to.
Inside check,
that, yeah.
motherfucker. Oh my god, we should have the entire town militia escort her to the next safe haven. Then they'd get her out of the town, she'd be safe again, she'd be protected, everybody wins.
Except for the citizens of Lackey would probably be butchered.
Okay, so you can tell pretty easily that he is being sincere about this. Like, he really hates his job, but he still does it to the letter, and you can see that. Okay,
Don't we all, buddy?
So he sees that. Okay, they're probably. It's definitely like. Okay, this is a pain in the ass, but we're probably gonna have to put some security
as
on
long
here.
as I don't get a sense that he's like taking this on board and probably gonna expedite her from this area, that's fine.
But yeah, at this point, the priest speaks up and says, I might know a couple of places, but if you're sure that you don't want to know."
I mean, it depends how safe it's going to be to get there and how far.
She sighs. It will be a good few miles, probably half a day's travel.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
believe the less we're told, the better.
Fair enough.
I'm afraid that's the case. We can't know.
The guards, the guards also go, "Okay, and to be safe, we'll put a few more guards by the church in the meantime."
But, I mean, if he comes here and he finds her gone, wouldn't he just ask somebody who's here? They'd still know.
But besides, honestly, we don't know what Strahd is capable of. But I can tell him this: we'll be vigilant and we'll fight to make sure he doesn't get anywhere near here or the town.
That's like so cute and so admirable and so wrong.
Jean will
They
pipe
all
up
gonna
at,
die.
Jean will pipe up at that and say, "Well, for the time being at least, we intend to stay here, and while we are here, we intend to keep her safe as well. Now, as for the two of you, I indicate the guards assigned to me. You two are going to help me shop." And I wander out of the church.
So Ward takes a look at Leo, seeing if Leo makes a move towards John.
He seems to be. It's actually like he wanted to ask John something. So
Probably, yeah.
There was a moment when it was like,
Was it?
I'll start to that. Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
I had forgotten about that.
When another series goes on my channel, that running joke is gonna make total sense.
In 3 years, that's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Fun for when you're watching it back in the future. But yes, you.
I am now Jean Valgon.
You walk out with your the bit in front grumbling under his breath, but whilst the other guy diligently follows. Leo something goes, I suppose I'll have to ask him later then.
Strahd could have been... he could have been making it up so that we move her, but... then he knew. How could he have known?
He said, Strahd was a formidable opponent before he became this creature. He was a brilliant general, a tactician, and a conqueror. He swept through most of the known world. I mean, I never had the chance to face him myself, but his name was pretty infamous in my time.
Does anyone come to mind other than yourself that might harbor a grudge? We heard stories of a wizard, a powerful fighter, anything?
They died.
He suddenly opens his eyes and goes, yes, that is it. I wanted to talk to you about something. You mentioned a corrupt paladin before, yes? He smirks almost as if he was...
Everybody else forgot, but Ward is
remember.
nodding.
He makes a smirk as if something's really amusing to him. And he goes, I hear he was a bit of a card.
Oh my god, he's turned him into a playing card.
Okay,
Looking
out
at
of
my
character.
tarot cards. Is that
Yeah,
the case?
that's-
Yeah. Looking at my notes on my tarot cards.
But yeah, I'll give this to you for free. One of the cards was that it was in the hands of a paladin, now corrupted.
The treasure lies in the dragon's house, and hands once clean, now corrupted. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
You-
Yeah, the Avenger.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell my card means.
Alex, he sighs and goes, I've been thinking it over ever since you mentioned it, and I think I know who it might be. There was long ago. I remember now I've been this place before, though I did not recognize it at first. There was an order of paladins in a house known as Augustfort. At which point, one of the leader goes, Augustfort? That place has been a gravesite for years. I feared as much.
Argus Vault?
August Vault.
Okay.
I'll see if I can put
Argus,
get it
like
written
the NES game. Everyone
out.
nods as if that's
more or
a thing.
I thought Argus like in Greek mythology.
Gaming comes to me first
no,
in
I got that
everything.
mispronounced. Turns out I mispronounced it slightly. It's Argon Vostolt. I'll just place it here in the Roll20 chat so you can see it.
Yes, please. Oh my god, that is a fucking name to pronounce. No wonder. Jesus.
Hello, Sweden.
Argon Vostolt. There used to be a group of paladins there. Ones who trained me, in fact, inspired me to take up this path, or a variation of it. The Order of the Silver Dragon.
I hear silver/platinum dragon and I immediately perk up. Out of character.
You're gone.
Yeah, out of character. He got size and goes, I don't know what became of them in this time or mine, but if it's true that they are corrupted as your findings implied, all I'll say is, please bring them back to the light.
Wait, you said it was a ruin? And I turned to the guard who was like, recognized the name.
So, well, yeah, there were fairy stories about this great order of knights, but guess who slew them all?
Just gonna sort of raise it. Was it Strahd? Did he kill everyone? He does that.
He said, well, who else would it be?
I thought it was a trick question.
Can we know where it is? Can we like open up the map and figure out where it's located?
We can just double checking the war/MVL is okay.
His planet needed him.
You okay, dude? Okay. Moving swiftly on. He opens.
I found it! I found Argus!
Of course he did.
It's here!
The guy goes, maybe. Do you have a map?
Oh,
We
no,
do,
no,
we
no.
have a map.
Seth.
He opens it up and points to a direction in the southeast. Not quite as far as the vineyard, but on a pretty similar route. So it's just a slower distance. You can probably get there in about just under half a day's travel at most.
Show him the sketch.
Yeah, first I'm gonna correct
gonna-
myself because this is the Famicom and not the NES. Sorry, everybody.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that is the most important thing. I will get destroyed by Strahd. Ward takes out the kind of dark green notebook, flicks to a page, kind of shows it in the direction of Leo.
Leo stares at it and he goes, huh. That looks like the architecture of my time. Where did you see this?
It's an illusion.
In the source wall, if it means anything to the locals here.
At this point, Leo, you hear one of the twins go, are these people sane? He stares at them and goes, that does look like an into the past. I can't say it's any city I've been to. It might have been... And just for fun.
We all die.
Make him roll. Make him roll.
He goes, I think it might have been for land east of here. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard recalling studies when you've been alive from... it's been a long time is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sure, you're a time traveler, why not?
I'm
sorry,
the guards
what?
be loving this.
The guards have basically just all have frozen looks of, I'm sorry, what?
And I used to be a high elf! Yeah!
It's funny, the leader of the guard next to you is face palming and seeing that as a stupid joke. The young one Jessup is staring up at you like he doesn't know what to think anymore.
Well, I didn't want anyone to know, but Strahd told everybody. Anyway.
Leo...
He didn't tell these people, though.
Actually, whilst I've got his profile open, at the mention of that...
Oh man, more backstory dropping.
Leo, this is an insight, and it goes, out of curiosity, can you write in Elven? You little... Ugh. He said,
I knew I should have got someone else to deliver that letter.
it did seem like a strange request from him.
You know, I'm glad you found out. Because that's not me. It used to be me. But it's not anymore.
I'm so confused right now.
Leo stares at you and a friendly smile crosses his face and goes, I'll take your word for it, boy. I trust you.
And there's you as well.
I definitely trust you.
Bad, if I may quote a book, bad decision, matey.
But this one goes, very well. I said it before and I said it again. leave Irina's care to me.
Well, try not to dent that metal.
He smiles.
I gotta go to a toy shop.
All the guards raise an eyebrow at that.
For children.
Okay. Anything else anyone likes to do before leaving, or?
I would just like to chit chat with Irina, but we don't have to. Just like catching up.
Oh yeah, sure. Go. You can do that.
Yeah, but we don't have to roleplay that out.
Okay.
Just while the others are shopping, it's just
Okay then.
hanging out, finding out how she's doing.
Alrighty.
And if
Who's,
the weirdo has been accosting her, and if Leo has been accosting her because he was kind of obnoxious.
He was aggressive.
Yeah. See the whilst Leo is talking with the priest, he leans over and goes, "He has made some very subtle advances. I mean, he was practically reading poetry to me at one point.
Oh my god.
Practically, as in reading what could almost be considered as poetry.
Well, practically as in he has been trying to drop it casually in conversation, like
Sorry, I'm not hearing this conversation. My bad.
Yeah. No, I'm just filling you in.
Yeah.
I'm just filling you in out of character. It's basically it's doing that kind of thing where he's trying to drop fancy poetic lines in a casual conversation, acting like, "Oh yes, I've only just chosen this moment as the sun's not in to talk about how your hair glistens in the sunlight through the shine," that kind of thing. He thinks it's beautiful and romantic, but I really can see it, and it's really just aggressive flirting.
Yeah, what's up with that? Everybody seems so obsessed with you. Not that I mean you're really pretty and everything, but I just mean it's a bit weird because none of them really know you, right? So I have 9 charisma.
Yeah,
7
she
charisma,
sighs and
actually.
goes. She sighs and goes. Well, funny thing is, this is the most I've been flirted I lived in that town. I lived in that town and that house most of my life. I never had anyone flirt with me as I had. And honestly, out of Strahd and Leo, he's probably the better of the two choices.
From what I could tell, Leo was given attention everywhere. So.
It's almost as if he was played by a certain someone.
Guys. Anyway.
It was fine. Anyway, she also meant we did see a figure staring through the window one time, but he did run off.
Oh no. That's fucking nightmare
It suddenly
fuel
got
right
dark.
there.
I'm glad I'm not hearing any of this conversation.
Okay.
So has that weird captain dude said anything to you?
No.
Is he also like, hey, I knew you from another life or whatever?
Besides, no. For all of his faults, Leo has been true to his word and making sure he hasn't gone into the church. He's a bit of a hopeless romantic, that one, but he means well.
All right.
Okay. And scene.
Okay, so
may I ask who has the stuffed animal?
the stuff. Oh right.
I think I took it with me.
Yeah, Ward's gonna kind of like try and get some help for his investigation.
Okay, actually, before anything, I would first like to address the wine and the tavern, and just figure out what the payoff of all that's going to be.
Getting the book, getting the information. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you both. But yeah, you all remember that the payoff was supposed to be the information on Strahd.
Know thy enemy better than time travelers.
Yes. So Jean's heading that direction, and I'll say, Seth and Malta, do you want to do anything in particular, or are you just going to head straight for the tavern?
I could probably do with picking up an actual, real ranged weapon. So.
Okay.
That kind of goes hand in hand because I need to go get some arrows.
Okay, I'll say you two do. I'll say you two go on a shopping trip, which would put you guys I just move you onto the stockyard over here. This is such a huge map.
Clear across town.
Man, they're fast.
I'll just say, hey, they're going to slowly walk over there, and I'll just ping you to show you where you guys are.
Oh, when I get that speed.
Yeah, and Ward, you're walking town with your escort. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to get anyone to help with your investigation, but you do have 4 guards with you, so that might be handy, I guess.
Yeah. I guess Ward's gonna wait till he can get the whole group involved in it, because he is properly bad on that. Because he got nowhere last time he tried. So,
Okay. Actually, I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, John, I'll tell you what, you guys are probably, it's the same road anyway, so I'll say all of you end up outside Blinkski's anyway, because it's on the way, so...
Oh, if so, I'm gonna try, because I know if Keldrin's following, Keldrin has the stuffed animal.
Sure.
And
Okay.
if John is by there, I'll kind of approach him and ask for their help real quick.
Okay.
Trailing the guards behind us.
Okay, yeah, you're all training the guards with you, so I'll just say, just to tie everything up, you got, the rest of you were sort of just chatting with Irina, making sure she's okay. You march back up the road, through all the festivities, and you see bunches of people gathering around as if they're preparing some kind of parade. You also notice that Ward is curiously waiting on the street corner for you, even though he went on ahead.
Hi, Ward.
It's as if Sean needs to push some sort of key, and then I'll hear him.
I was not actually talking there. I was just paying attention.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Your face went under the cam, so I thought you were saying something.
Okay.
This is Blinsky's. Had all those weird toys, the gallows, and a doll of Irina, and well, it's connected to that stuffed animal where Mad Mary's connection. I was looking for a child.
So we're all doing this together now, are we?
Whoever sticks around.
So
Jean will be sufficiently distracted from his current mission to pay attention and say, yes, that affair.
So
I
the
take
toy
it-
shop's kidnapping children now?
Well, you may have noticed I don't have my way with words. I couldn't really get anywhere, and
I don't. What? Why is it? I feel terrible saying that, but why is it important to us? Like, it's. You said it was a while ago, right?
we're here. It's
Unfinished business.
you could say that. It may be small, but it's the type of thing that makes you feel like you've done something good.
So what do we want to find out? Just who the doll belonged to?
Well, the occupant knows the doll, and the owner of it is missing. Mad Mary's child has been missing for some time, and anywhere close, a lot of children have gone missing. If we could find them, it would do some good.
We say in the
mean-
presence of guards everywhere.
Well, actually, one of them sighs and goes, yeah, unfortunately, that happens a lot in this place.
But so there were those hags that we dealt with. It might just have been them.
I'm sorry, what?
Dealt with them lawfully, of course. Don't worry.
Long story.
There were like these 3 old women that were making.
Don't eat the pastries!
They
The young one jumps back at that point, not expecting it.
They were kind of
they were witches. They
Oh.
weren't old women, you know. We don't murder old women just for the shits and giggles of it.
but they were like murdering kids and grinding up their bones and using that for
Delicious pastries.
Shut your mouth, Maldav!
pastries.
Don't
that
eat the
was
pastries.
back in Barovia.
Don't eat the pastries.
So
He is making an insight check. They're just staring at you. They're just staring at you like, who are these people?
I mean, I'm just saying it's like that might just have been it.
We're here. This guy definitely knows something, and I just can't get it out of him.
I'll tell you what. Give me the names if you have them, and pass the doll to me. I'll see what I can get out of him.
I would like to follow inside as well.
I want to see this creepy fucking place.
Okay,
Bear's checking out.
So with that, all of you follow in with your entourage of guns that's behind you.
So some of you
Gertruda.
might need to wait outside.
Gertruda is the girl we're looking for.
Understood. I'll see what magic I can work.
You're not a
You
wizard,
said
are
that
you? Ward's eyes like actually open with fear when you say that.
If only.
Can you turn me
But
back?
If only, Jean. Ward. Oop. I keep doing that. Okay, so
Okay, you guys enter the toy shop and you've heard them Ward saying that it's creepy and you're thinking, no, it can't be that creepy. You then see the dolls, which for the benefit of the chat who have not seen this before, includes a doll with a detachable head with different types of heads, including ones where the stitches have actually the eyes and mouth are stitched shut. A ventriloquist doll of Strahd, a carousel, but the horses have been replaced by children who are being chased by wolves. A mobile for a baby that's been replaced by bats, and a little Russian doll. But as well as getting smaller, each of the women on each doll slowly start to age until the last one inside is essentially a mummified corpse. And as he sees you approach, Blinsky looks up from trying to sell one of these toys to a child. He goes, "Oh, welcome!" and sees a large entourage of guards following behind you, and then goes, "Oh, no, wait. If it's about me, sneaking up on the church at one time, I swear, there's a good reason for it! There is a good reason for it! We have an arrangement we have... I'm just trying to finish a request from, well, you know who."
What?
Taking all of this in, John will just be like, well, that's one question out of the way.
Ward gets up and sits on the desk. I knew it was worth coming here.
The desk
going
slowly
to,
creaks, and I should also say to the rest of you that you can now also see at the back the thousands of there's several dozen dolls that all are attempting to look like Irina. There are certain little imperfections, like hair's too short, hair's not quite right, but yeah, you are starting to see all of these dolls that look like Irina at the back, which he is now sort of upon seeing the guards, he then suddenly thinks,
I just
So-
whatever guard's next to me, I'm like, that's not normal, right? That's not normal,
Blinsky,
right?
you may have noticed a good friend of mine was here last. He's about yay high, talks a bit strangely, and I'm a friend of his. He was a cool guy though, right?
he stares at you going, I'm not sure what you're... In fact, you know what, for fun, make me an intimidation check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna put my charisma to use here soon. Also, someone fill me in on the question we're asking. My door was just knocked on, so I had to take my headphones off to talk to a person.
No problem. Well, there's new questions from what we've just witnessed. But there's also... there's
We're
also
trying to
Gertruda.
find out what happened to Gertruda.
Gertruda.
Gertruda. Yeah, I was about to ask about that with,
Yeah. He sort of goes,
no, I think yeah, I think yes, I know what you're talking
He was a
about.
damn
definitely.
mysterious man, wasn't he?
Yeah, yes, he was. Yes, he was very similar to you, but very mysterious. Very.
Well, I don't know.
Mysterious.
Similar to me, I'm pretty sure I'm more handsome.
I'll cut in and just say, listen, good sir. I would rather that we cut this conversation as short as possible. So
am I. Thank you. Would you like any of these items?
Actually,
the rest of the captain.
Actually, I would prefer
What,
to
all of
ask you.
Well, they're works in progress. Anyway, never mind. How can I help you?
I would prefer to ask you. I would prefer to ask you about a previous commission of yours. I say as I place the doll in question on the desk and say, now, looking at this doll and bearing in mind the entourage with us, does the name Gertruda ring a bell with you?
Yes, in a sense he bought it. I mean, you're gonna cut me some slack. It's been a while since your friend was here, and he made the same request, and I said I would look into it, but it's only been a day and a bit. It's barely been 2 days. I'm a toy shop, not a detective. I mean, I had someone looking into it for you. I had one of the there was a paper boy who said he was going to make some deliveries, and I asked him to look into it since he might be going that way.
Can I just ask him, you got a name for this paper boy?
And I'll pitch in and say, and let me guess, you paid him.
Yes, I paid him.
I do believe you were robbed, sir.
Really? He seems so trustworthy. There's a young lad named Pietro. He had black hair.
Pietro!
Yeah.
Well then. In that case, you've at least pointed us in the direction to look further. I would like to insight check him to see if this panic is legitimate or if he's playing us for suckers.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to insight check the guards if any of them find, because they've seen Irina now, if any of them find this conglomeration of Irina dolls as creepy as it is.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and do that. Answer the offer. It's a very doll, you see. Yes, it's very much legitimate. I mean, this is a man who's had requests from the captain. He's had several encounters with Ward. There's an entourage guard that's in front of you. It's never even occurred to him to try and fake the panic. He's just.
All right.
It's cool. Pietro's on it.
Jean is satisfied enough with that and says, all right, fair enough. You have to forgive us a touch of distrust in a place like this. You never know who's exactly out to stab you in the back or stab another person in the back. I bid you adieu, sir.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're really.
So,
I can't
and in
just be the
answer-
only one.
Sorry, just in answer to your insight check, Eldred, the guards are definitely creeped out, but you get the sense that they weren't creeped out, they weren't about to say something, but the instant he mentioned the captain, they just kind of went, I guess we shouldn't ask too much further into this.
So, you made all of these dolls, creeping around, stalking Irina, making these dolls for the guard captain.
Okay, first off, I should clarify.
This guy takes out the arm.
All the guards draw spears as you do bring the arm out.
I will
gonna
plant it
kick
onto one of the
that.
spears.
I'm just gonna chuck him back. God never gets old. Except for the arm, that gets old and ripe.
Yeah, you just probably hold on to that.
I would like to say
Go
that
ahead.
I'm sort of on my way out the door, and the last thing word you hear as the door closes is, Don't get stabbed.
The guy then nicely goes, okay, I should explain. The reason I was a bit overly eager to get her is because he's been talking about seeing her in his dreams. I have been going on vague dream descriptions until now. I've never. It wasn't until your mysterious friend. It wasn't until your mysterious friend came here that I even knew it was based on a real person. I just thought it was some kind of dream girl he wanted.
I am watching the guards.
Can I insight check this, as the dark tale we alluded to earlier is somewhat coming to light?
Go ahead. And I'll say to continue the inside go, same as before. Still creeped out, but not wanting to press on it.
But is he
fear
truthful on what he's saying? That he's making it for
Yeah,
the guard captain?
He is very truthful. In fact, you seem to recall that under your guys' incognito, the exact relationship as described was, I keep making the dolls for free, he doesn't burn my store to the ground. So he's pretty much been blackmailed into this.
And what are these other toys? The gallows, the creepy dolls? What about the rest of them?
As I told your mysterious friend.
Well, I want to hear it again with more ears.
We are. Well, as you, all of you guards would appreciate. You seem straight as up. I am a full believer in the Borgo Master's policies. All will be well. If we turn all of our fears into joyful child's things, then there is no reason to fear Strahd and his superstitious powers. And on especially a day like this, today, the glorious day of the Festival of the Blazing Sun, all will be. At this point, the leader of the guards puts his hands up and goes, yes, we've heard. Thank you for your time. Is there anything else you need from this investigation?
They're very particular designs. I'll have my eye on you.
This poor fucker. This poor fucker.
And with that,
Are we not asking about the toy and the child and stuff?
We've already done that, so...
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah, he has...
Ian Cognito already covered all that.
Yeah, he has Pietro on it, so at least it's being covered. Now, if that's finished, I would like to continue the business at the tavern.
Blue Water Inn, yes.
I'll take the arm back of the spear I planted it on.
As you try to do that, the guard stops you and says, "Thank you, but I believe it would be better in our custody."
Please make sure he doesn't get that back.
He sighs.
It's fairly useless to him now.
He sighs. It's already grown back.
Oh, no way!
Yes, we don't understand it either. Now come on.
May I quote Ashley Johnson? Mother
Looks like he's going to be paying full price at the glove store again.
And with that, you guys march down through the rain-soaked streets of Valaki as the rain is still be continuing all this time, even if the I think the sound effect has stopped on Roll20, but anyway.
Just going to say,
Actually,
is that storm cloud still following us, or was that left at the gate?
No, that's still left at the gate.
Yeah, and it only lasts for 10 minutes.
No, it's just a metaphorical storm cloud that follows us now.
Yeah, it's a storm cloud, and its name is Strahd.
And with that, you guys walk back into the Blue Water Inn. Still the same piece of...
I'm sorry, but we can also do that after we do the tavern. That's fine. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Okay, you order the... But you know what, I'll get rid of the extra guards and start putting in your entourage as they start coming in. You guys, I'm also waiting for more I need to finally load everything. But yeah, you guys start marching into the... you guys walk into the tavern followed by your entourage. There doesn't seem to be much going on. In fact, there aren't that many customers. There's just one or two having a quiet drinks. Although, as you will enter through the door, Ward, you notice out of the corner of your eye the wolf hunters from earlier. One of them glances and goes, look, you're in trouble. All right. And which the guard goes, you've had some encounter with these people?
Well, it was a bit. It was
You could
like
say
I
that.
was a wolf at the time, and I have some charisma, and there was a misunderstanding, and they wanted to kill me because they hunt wolves. And
Right. We did not want to kill you. We just was telling everyone you were a bit small for. Wait, that wolf was. You guys are weird.
You're weird.
Behind him goes.
They stepped
weird.
in to protect me or something. It was all a really, really long day.
John is going to pipe in at this point and say, confrontations were had. Someone may or may not have been put through a table, and it's all in the past now. Does that seem fair to you two gentlemen?
He sighs. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just. Yeah, well, it's fine. Just leave us to a drinks and we won't bother you.
On the mention of
Also,
tables.
And his friend then responds, we won't bother you.
Also, hi. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Really struggled to
And his
avoid
friend then
saying,
goes,
"Oh, my brother,
"Accepted."
testify," when you talked about tables.
And now we need ladders and chairs.
There's plenty of chairs around.
So, as you all walk in, Danica goes, you suddenly brought in a big crowd of you.
It's our fan club.
I see. I can see that. You're very popular these days.
Alright, I wanna get pissed.
Owen Auden goes, well, we just had a delivery and because it's you guys, he starts pouring drinks. First round's on the house. And he pours a glass for each of you.
That's the sort of reward I like to hear. I would like to start drinking in competition with Ward. Round 2.
Alrighty, anyone who's taking part in this contest can make me Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
No, Maldrith is just going to drink responsibly at a reasonable pace.
and seek the reward that we were promised.
Mm-hmm.
First one's okay.
Okay.
Oh wow.
You two, you're managing to hold your own so far. You are starting to feel the drink a bit early. You're kind of weakened from the battle anyway, and it's also you're kind of glugging a bit too much just because, again, it's been a rough day.
Oh, that's fine. You know. Oh boy.
Whilst you guys are continuing that up, Seth, Danica then goes to Monty and goes, yes, by the way, about that book you ordered, it's gonna take a while to get through to you. Maybe when you, maybe if you let me know when you're going, I can try and get one of my delivery boys who's feeling brave enough to post it to you.
What? It's not here.
I go, it's taken a while to deliver. I've had to make some requests for it. I'm so sorry. But I will get
Constitution
it.
save.
Well, okay, you make a Constitution save, and anyone who wants to can make insight checks as well, who's obviously not getting pissed.
Oh, good insight check.
Yeah, me too. Oh.
Keldrin, you are very confused by what's going on, especially
Yeah.
when all the
There's so
drinking.
there's so many
Maldra-
people, and they're really
Yeah.
loud when they drink. And I'm just gonna be here and like zip just a little bit.
Maldraff, you get the sense that this is a very obviously coded message for I will give you the book when you're not surrounded by guards that are judging your every action.
Very well.
Oh, that's okay then. I have ways of getting it out.
Okay, so I rolled another 12.
Yeah, you John, you're beginning to flag a little bit. Like it's being a bit hazy. You're starting to. You're also starting to be a bit more vocal than you normally are. Ward, you've managed to gain your second wind, not the fighter ability, and
yep,
you
that's
are
right.
getting into your stride with the drink.
I'm getting as drunk as I was that session that I thought I was a fighter.
And because he feels this drug coming on, but it's wine and it makes him feel basically at home, Jean is just gonna keep slugging like the hopeless alcoholic he is.
Okay, round 3, fight.
Drunk.
I would like to use my human determination to roll with advantage.
Oh
Go
man,
ahead.
my bonus on this is so ridiculous.
So is mine.
Oh whoa!
You are slowly coming back. Like you start.
Da-da-da!
Like you are just like you have caught it to the point where both you and Ward have drunk the same amount, and you're managing to find that grit and determination within you to keep going.
I know
Okay.
I've used up all of them, but what are you?
I am Arcadian, and I swig another round of wine.
Oh god, roll me a Constitution save.
Oh,
Oh no!
23.
Oh no!
Wait, how? Oh god, Ward,
Come on,
you
Ward.
You drink. Oh god,
I rolled a 3.
yeah, I saw that now. You continued chugging along, and Ward, you start chugging back. The world is spinning. You try one more, but unfortunately you misjudge it, so you end up actually sprinkling wine in your face. You sort of finally just go, and on the table, Jean, well, technically you're sitting, but you sit proudly as the champion of this drinking contest.
I announce to the room, Victoire! I go
Vadan.
for one more, falling over in the process. And there I go.
But the guard above you just going. At which point, Danica says, "Got something to say, Verdun?" No, not at all.
So I'm just awkwardly sitting next to my 2 guards ladies that are like towering over me. Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They're
Okay.
slowly, awkwardly moving into the seats next to you, and again, Galima's doing that weird thing where she's staring at you and then looking away and trying to act as if no one's noticed. They're trying to act as if no one's noticed.
I'd like
So-
to just quickly address the guards for Ward and John and say, perhaps our companions could use a hand getting to their bedrooms.
But the Jessup looks the young guard looks at the leader and then goes, as far as I'm concerned, they can get themselves to their own bloody beds. We're only just not trying to watch them. At which point Erwin speaks up and goes, "So you're telling me the town's guard aren't doing anything to, say, help the citizenry?" At which point the leader goes, "They're not citizens, Owen."
Looks like we're having a cuddle on the barroom floor.
So you remember
Again.
that point in Horde of the Dragon Queen where a certain someone fell unconscious and spooned another certain someone?
That was fun.
The sequel!
Could I?
Okay,
Uh,
this will make sense when that series goes up.
You don't have a mischievous bird person here, so.
Start your fan fiction now.
Could I use my persuasion and say, would you kindly take them upstairs?
Go ahead and make the persuasion. But looks at it and goes, "I suppose it would be more comfortable for us as well to watch them from there." And then
You bet it
at that
would
point,
be.
at that point, someone goes, no, but wait, isn't that the festival on my set? Which the guy, he tries to do it and goes, no, Jessup, I think he probably too drunk to attend. But again, Jessup cuts him off and goes, but sir, the Baron said the attendance is mandatory. Oh, you didn't have to bring that up, Jessup.
Loophole.
You said, oh, very well. Get these two to their beds. We can always blame it on them later. He then turned to the rest of them and said, unfortunately, everyone else who's not drunk, you're attending whether you like it or not.
Quick potion of coffee.
I can give you some youth. Maybe that's gonna.
Who is
dump
this
the whole
drunkard
thing
on the
his
floor?
face
He
and
looks
turn him into a
fantastic.
baby.
No.
MVL, I just had a brainwave. I'll
What?
talk to you about this after the session. Oh my god.
I am,
Oh, God.
I am
Okay.
terrified, but okay.
Okay. At this point, the Vernon and his guard grab you. They grab either side that you, Jean and Vernon, would start slowly cantering you up the stairs. The other four guards have a bit more of a struggle getting warmed up there. In fact, they have to do it almost as like an organized formation. As okay, heave.
I'm picturing the
Good job,
face
that's four,
hitting every step on the way, but no one giving a damn.
One guard at every limb.
Yeah, basically, like they're having to kind of do it full organized.
It's like Ace
Fairly
Ventura when
stocky,
he's
but-
taking that package. He's just like da 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 da, kicking it around.
So you two have been slowly dragged up to a bed. Everyone else, you're able to sit quietly and have a drink for a moment before the guards start. Yeah, some my phone outside, and then Ike goes, "Well, sounds like it's time."
It's time to
I-
go to the festival. The festival.
Now because we're out of action,
King's festival.
because we're out of action, MVL, I just like to imagine us waking up literally at like 3 in the morning, and on like on the opposite side of paper thin walls, and just on the other side of yours, you hear, "Lord, do me a favor, come over and kill me."
Detect sarcasm.
No, he means that his head is exploding.
Also, whilst you're sleeping, make me the two of you make me perception checks with a disadvantage.
We're gonna get robbed! Yay!
Is there double disadvantage?
For drunken stupor.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
17.
Well-
No, sorry, 16. Sorry.
Dreadful.
Yeah, Jean, you're just sort of, after you say it, you're just sort of flat out from the count. You don't hear anything.
You
Why
may as
not?
well be dead.
While you're lying there, while you're still lying there, you can hit just on my wow, so do you think he's an actual full-on monster? Like, do you think he did all those things like the hags? Like, those are incredible stories, are they not? The guard is just saying, we do our job. I don't care what they do outside, just as long as they act like fairly normal people, we can get this shit over with.
You
And
hear
this is
that,
good.
follow?
They haven't seen him on the toilet yet.
Desktop continues, but do you really think that? Do you honestly think that it could potentially be spies? I mean, they all seem to be pretty violent. I mean, did you see what they God has got? Oh, for the love of God, Jessup! Look, they decide if everything. Like I said, we just need to get through it. I mean, honestly, I think it's just the Burgomaster being annoyed that they beat up his favorite bodyguard.
So if they were spies, they would be trying to not stand out.
And then through the walls, Ward, you pick up one last thing. Sacre bleu.
Can we get the festival, the festival, the festival,
Yep,
the King's
you
festival.
are practically, if I can get to that, and let's see, music. Yeah, you can all. You're back outside, and once again, it is still raining, unfortunately. But the festival is being carried away, and you and the rest of the guards. And I'm just gonna remove.
I actually
John
got
from
a
here, and
thunderstorm
what
that
I
just moved in.
If you
so
just leave me
it's-
on so I can see everything.
Yeah,
Um,
that's exactly
that's
what I'm
good.
doing. So you are all slowly marched towards the town square, which is around here. And if I could zoom in fact, also I'll. Can you see anything going on right now, Jean? Or
Yes.
okay, in that case, it's global illumination. That would be why. So you are slowly carried in, and if roll 20 won't act up on me for 5 seconds,
I've got a nice red message saying my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
same here. It's like there's an ominous storm coming.
I actually have one here right now. Can you hear it?
Oh my
Can you
god.
hear it?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, is that for real?
Awesome, that's better sound effects than
Yeah.
what we got.
Oh wow,
real.
Keldrin might
You
disappear
summoned
in a
it in
minute
game
because
and now
normally with
it's in
thunder
real
comes
life.
power outs.
I should. I'm already like just, but yeah, just so you know. And maybe I should open this because then you can see the flashes of lightning. But like it's been going
Ooh.
down here.
Okay, so I am going to. Actually, I have a backup because the GM notes aren't loading. Give me 1 second.
Ward's gonna be so mad when he wakes up and realizes he lost after 3 drinks.
Yeah. All right, you guys are slowly you guys march through the town squares, and under the threatening skies, a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudges through the muddy streets, leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster himself, you see him for the first time, and it's kind of interesting. It's like him. It's almost like the picture of nobility. He has the fancy coat, his hair is slicked back professionally, and he has the posture of a grand, but he's kind of like a doll that has been well used. Like his coat is scuffed and has some marks in it. The hair sort of, like every once in a while there'll be a tuft of hair that's sticking out at an odd angle. His face is a bit grubby, so he looks almost noble. Not quite. And he is marching on horseback with his wife behind him, smiling and trying to look the picturesque of a noble woman, even though the bouquet of flowers she's holding in her hand is kind of wilted. But they're continuing this air of cheer regardless. As the weary spectators watch from their stoops, the ball is borne into the town square, and then it is hoisted into this big crane-like contraption and placed into the center, held above. It's almost kind of hanging there ominously. And from there, almost like the real life sound effects of Nico's case, the rain
I'll just
seems
leave
to-
the push to talk button on and we'll get.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
At that point, the rain comes down even harder than was previously. But the burgomaster is determined to carry on like nothing's happening, nothing's wrong. So he steps up and goes. And he steps up making a dramatic flare with a torch, and conveniently his hand gestures seem to cover up the torch. And he goes, "Hear me, citizens of Valaki! All will be well!" And then he does a dramatic flurry around and goes, "Let's welcome our new blazing sun!" and does a dramatic thrust towards the huge pile, which previously you caught glimpses of members of the townsfolk like splashing oil onto this big wicker ball. Leans forward, as it thrusts the flame dramatically, then the flame sputters out in an anticlimactic fashion. There is a very awkward silence that's eventually broken by "Ha!" At which point, on a dime, as soon as that laugh is broken out, the crowd all give an audible gasp of and the Borgo Master's friendly exterior goes, Seize him! Seize him!
Oh boy.
And instantly, the guards and several not the guards following you, but another set of the town guards, but a few of the townsfolk slam this guy to the ground and drag him up towards the Borgo Master. At which point, you see now that it is the young member of the guards himself, and at which point, the two twins next to you, one of them goes, "Wait, is that Lars?" And
I am going to use my last 3rd level spell as thunder crashes, and I'm going to conjure a flaming sphere like right underneath the pyre thing.
There is
range 60 feet, so
there is a brief moment where he's staring at this guy. So you were despite, and at that moment there is the guard for the second time that day lets out an audible gasp of and he turns around to see this small flaming orb that's developing inside the wicker ball, which then causes the rest of the oil inside it to catch fire, and this huge wicker ball becomes like another flaming sphere behind him. And he stares at this in confusion for a second and goes, "Aha! See? All will be well! You see? All will be well! So much for your little spite then, Lars." Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, "Oh yes, you'll be sorry. Well, in the spirit of the festival, won't entertain you by... I will not go on my first plan of dragging you around the town, but I think just to cool off and make sure that you are not as a member of one of the Devil Strahd's evil spies, put him in the locks so we can purify him with our joy." And so, with a sad look on his face, he's being dragged towards the stocks, and you can see now to the side that there are a bunch of other people in the stocks, but they've had like paper mache donkeys stuffed over their heads, as if they're kind of almost as like this weird humiliation act. And some of the guards slowly but silently put him in the stocks and start trying to find a paper mache head. And at this point, your guard, who hasn't really spoken much, Tansky and man decides and goes, "Oh, Lars, why couldn't you have just kept your mouth shut?"
You know, it's at this point that I think to myself, maybe a revolution's in order. Seriously, this guy creeps me out more than anyone else we've encountered, and that includes the child-eating hags.
yeah, at least they were honest. Well, kinda.
I'm just gonna turn to one of my twins and just be like, "Not gonna lie, I almost laughed too. It was pretty funny."
Two of them like, "Why is wide?" And one of them just goes, "Maybe keep that to yourself." And yeah, I saw that too, Nico.
Totally did,
Yeah.
Nick.
Oh, jeez. And at which point... oh, wow.
The gods are angered.
Your druidic magic is incredibly powerful. Imagine how strong it will be at later levels.
Yes. Thankfully, it was a flame strong enough not to get put out by the rain instantly.
As
It is-
soon as I think that it's full, I snuff it, and then I realize, oh shit, I'm being watched by 2 guards. I'm just gonna like freeze.
They look at you very strangely. Then they follow your gaze back to the flaming sphere. Then Gallimar actually smiles and just goes back to her duties.
Just like under my breath, I'm like, I thought it would make it better.
She sighs. "Trust me, you did." At which point, you suddenly hear, and just as the Borgo Masters continuously marching away with the with the townspeople slowly following behind him, you suddenly hear this strange clatter of noise and a few loud shouts in the few loud shouts coming from this direction.
Did my friend get loose? Oh no! Oh no!
You suddenly hear, and you hear muffled shouts, and then a few people running the crowd yelling, "Beast! Beast! Beast!" So, and I think, and with this, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
I imagine not those sleeping.
Not those sleeping, no.
Exactly,
You are
yeah.
too far away from this.
I didn't bring speak with animals. God damn it.
Look at those initiatives!
We're holding them back, Sean.
Yes. Okay, so that's good. So that is actually, yeah, you've got the advantage. So Seth, you're going to be the quickest to act. How would you like to respond? Keep in mind that all the screens are coming from this direction over here.
Can't currently see the beast though, can we?
No, not yet. You just heard a bunch of yells and screams that direction.
I guess for the moment, just head in that direction.
Okay then. You. Okay, so I'll just move you. I can find. Where's your token gone? Stop. Hey, sorry. I should mention on the GM line it's like a massive, a great number 8 over you just to mark where it is, so it's kind of hard to make out who's what. So there you are. Okay.
Oh, I'm familiar with that sort of thing.
Yeah. So you follow. So you run down here and you start to. There's a bit of a panic, but you can actually see what looks like to be. You can see it's some kind of four-legged creature. In fact, make me a perception check. Right? Yeah, you can see clearly that it is some kind of tiger, and curiously, it seems to be wearing armor. But it seems to be. At the moment, it just seems to be. It doesn't seem to be attacking anyone. It just seems to be running around in confusion and roaring like crazy.
Can I attempt an animal handling on it?
It's a bit of a distance, but yeah, sure.
Just to show I'm
I'll
not
say do it at
threatening it.
disadvantage. Just be... Oh, you try yelling out to it. It hears you, looks your direction,
Hey, kitty,
and then
hey, kitty.
it then starts bolting further into the town, this direction. Okay, and with that, let's see. Keldrin, Eldrin, you're up. You can, it makes a cry, so you can hear that it's coming from one of these two routes.
First off, oh my god. Am I smart enough to realize that it's my saber-toothed tiger friend that I talked to earlier?
Make me a nature check. Yeah, make me a nature check.
Surely Tempest is very active today in the D&D land.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your nod, you can tell it's a loud cat roar, and you figure that what other giant cats that are gonna be in this place?
Okay. Is there a place that sells like meat, like street meats or something, like a meat vendor steak thing?
Unfortunately, you don't know the town that well enough. The only people you remember are the only people you remember selling meat are the wolf hunters who are back at the inn.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna book it in that direction, and as soon as I see him, I'm gonna slow down and, like, with my hand out, slowly approach him and talk. Doesn't really matter what, but just like in a calm voice, hoping that he recognizes me at some point, or at least just recognizes a calm presence.
Okay, so I'll say for the moment you get as far as here at the crossroads of the town, and you can see the tiger heading towards you.
I'll just stand in the middle of the. I'll stand in the middle of the road and just be like, yeah, just calm.
Okay.
Voice.
And let's see.
Looking at him.
But but before we get to that, Maldraff, you're up.
Did I see it shoot off up the road?
I believe you heard its cry shooting this direction. You know it's coming somewhere from around here-ish.
Then I suppose I'll try and make my way up that little alleyway, I guess.
Okay, you move round and you get to around here. You see the tiger bolting. You see the tiger bolting past, causing the scene and causing people to like diverse and panic all over. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll try and do stealth strategy and try and use some animal handling on it, try and stop it from running crazy everywhere.
I mean,
Okay.
it has armor on, right? So it's
Yes.
clearly trained in some kind.
Give me an animal handling check at disadvantage.
It wasn't terrible.
You stop yelling and hollering to you. The creature stops in its tracks and turns to look at you. Still very wary though. It's more like you have its intention. You're not 100% sure what to do from this point.
Okay, good. It stopped. It stopped. That's something.
And with that, it's holding its ground. It's just sort of staring at you, kind of snarling, not 100% sure what's going on. It seems to be a bit bewildered. And at this point, you hear some of the you hear the Borgo master, Izek, get him, get him! And you hear from the background the muscular form of Izek starts bounding up here with several guards, just coming up behind you, Maldraff, which is causing him to move back. And in fact, Maldraff, you can see that, unfortunately, as they've said, his arm has grown back. Not quite to the same musculature as once was. In fact, it's kind of weird in the sense that the rest of his body is still muscular, but his left arm actually looks like mine in the about the same thickness.
I was going to say, is it sort of like a Deadpool-esque sort of thing, where it's like, you know...
It's sort of like the arm is much smaller than the rest of the body at the moment, but it still has the demonic elements to it.
I still think
I
we're
may-
fortunate I'm not there.
If I
That guy
may
loose.
quote Deadpool, all the animal kingdom feared the T-Rex.
Meanwhile, after seeing all these guards barred up, the tiger starts moving back this direction. At which point, Seth, you're up. Seth?
He's contemplating his next move.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I did what everybody else did and didn't push talk.
Hey!
I'm going to sprint round the corner and get as close as I can to the tiger.
Okay. Let's see. Why is roll 20 stop for me?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot.
Looks like we
Okay.
win this encounter.
I'll quickly refresh the page, but in the meantime, I will say you managed to get you managed to get just around the corner in order to. Okay. So much chaos. Okay, you just managed to get around the corner and see the tiger. You get around the corner, you can see the tiger charging ahead. You also can see you can also see Maldraff on the corner and an exec very close behind him, but that's about all you can see at the moment. It's bolted a bit too fast at the moment. It's heading towards the Blue Water Inn.
I don't know much. Doesn't really specify a distance here, but I've just remembered a class skill, primeval awareness. If I haven't attacked a beast within the last 10 minutes, I can communicate with it as an action. I convey simple ideas, read its mood, intent, emotions, needs, etc.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
attempt to
So,
do that.
okay, do you have to do rolls of that, or?
Doesn't really state, but you could obviously apply things to it.
Alright, I will say make me an insight check. With advantage because of your ability. And now that I can move, I could say you're around here.
Jonan is just frozen for me, so it looks like he's about to start puffing on a cigar.
Photoshop in like a pipe.
I have a clean listen, but yeah, insight check with advantage in case that didn't come through.
Yeah, I
he
got
rolled 8 and
11
11.
highest.
Okay, okay, that didn't came through for me. Okay, so, you can get the sense that you're not 100% sure. Oh, now it's coming from me. Thanks, Roll20. You get the sense that, it's not. You're not 100% sure what it's doing, but you can guess that it doesn't seem to be out for. It's not out for blood. It's not seeking anyone to attack. It just seems to be a bit confused, wandering around the town. You don't know if it was settled, if it was released. You're not 100% sure if it has a purpose or if it's just wandering around in confusion.
I'll shout out to the guards if to hold back. Any more people might scare it into attacking helpless people.
You make me a persuasion with disadvantage. Unfortunately, it's Ezek, so any logic's completely lost on him, and he just goes, "Oh, shut up!" and starts marching down. And
Honestly,
Whoops.
the group is also very lucky that John isn't there, because John fucking hates this guy.
all right, and with that, we set up to, I believe, yeah, it's Keldrin, and as it turns out, luckily for you, you're outside the Blue Water Inn, and the tiger is charging towards you at this point.
Just, hey, kiddo. Hey, it's okay.
Kitty,
How
I wanna
are you
stroke
doing? Do you remember me? And I hold like some rations that I pull out of my pack. Do you remember me? We talked a bit earlier. I don't think you actually heard me talk a lot in my human voice, but I'm just gonna keep talking in like a really calming way. Can I do an animal handling check?
Animal handling with advantage.
Yeah.
And now we got the music back.
Oh no!
He's
Dice!
he's there's like a moment where you think you're getting through to him, but it's very panicked, especially when Izek and the other guards come round the corner, marching and yelling, and he just goes and runs past you in this direction.
Can I
Okay,
still
now-
cast a spell?
I will say yes.
I'll cast Entangle.
Ooh. Remind me, does it have to make a save or anything?
Yes, hang on.
I believe it's strength.
Okay.
Strength saving throw or he's restrained. DC 15.
Okay. Now,
You might get an advantage being a large creature. Don't know.
It doesn't
Probably-
say anything
it
on
probably
spell card, but
It used to be really complicated in 3.5.
Everything was
yeah,
complicated in
everything was
3.5.
alright, let's make it a
it
strength roll
just
now.
says a creature in the area.
Okay, cool.
So it would
Okay,
be a
what's your spell
14.
DC?
15.
You managed to. You quickly summon the spell, and look, some vines burst out of the flagstones and start to wrap around the beast. It heaves and struggles, and you hear for a moment it might break out, but the vines hold just enough to keep it in place, and it goes.
Well,
As you-
and then I'll move towards him.
okay.
Just
So you-
keeping up the shush, Katie, it's okay.
Now, I have a question. I'm not sure if it happened at the top of the round, but this is pretty much a huge commotion happening right outside my window.
I will say, make me a perception check at disadvantage again.
Yeah, I mean, I am currently on a boat to Arcadia in my dreams again.
Would that
I'll say
extend
that,
to
and I'll say that
everyone
to-
who's
yeah, you
in
w-
that boat?
Yeah, you as well. You as well, Wards, as well.
Natural one.
You are fucking out. Ward, you might be able to get up. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's enough. There's a. You hear the tiger going and all the commotion, and you bolt up, and all the other guards turn towards the commotion as well. And you can actually hear the leader of the guard go, "Oh, what? Ow.
What's going on? Hey,
Oh,
if anyone asks you, I won the drinking contest.
sure, whatever. Get down, Jessup, get down there and find out what's going on. And I'll
window?
say you guys.
Is it open?
I'll say you.
Is it openable?
Uh,
It doesn't
you're-
matter. Out the window.
Oh, God. I will
It's
say
open
you
now.
guys join in at the at the beginning of the next round. You can roll an initiative if you wish. At which point, if
I
Calvin's,
imagine my guards would wake me up at this.
actually, I think that I'll deal with that later. For right now,
Cool.
I'm sorry, Jean. I don't know you're asleep.
okay,
Them,
oh, that's a
them
pretty quick
dice.
initiative.
Them dice. I thought I was good with my advantage.
Okay, with all this, Maldrath, you're still at the street corner, and the executive guards have all just barged past you and are now rampaging down the street a short distance away from you. What would you like to do?
Suppose I better leg it after him.
Okay, you leg it down the street just after them. You're pretty much now just behind them as they continue running up the street. Are you going to do anything else, or just try and keep up?
I'm just gonna ask him about his arm. Like, you know, what's going on there? People don't usually grow those back.
Izek just glares at you but keeps running.
Just I'm trying to think of anything I do to sort of put him off his stride a bit.
Must be handy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Did like other things grow back? Do you know? Has that ever happened before?
Have you regrown your dick?
Make me. I'll say make this a charisma roll at disadvantage.
Come on.
Would that be a saving throw or just due to my charisma
no, just
modifier?
a straight check. D20 plus charisma modifier. He glares at you for a but he like stops briefly, glares at you and growls, and the two trids behind you, they noticeably stiffen up. Like,
Does this give me a chance to get in front of him?
not quite. It does delay him as he'll be moving the next round, but he takes that moment to stop, glare at you furiously, and then he's only going to use half of his movement to get about here.
Sweet.
Meanwhile, Eldrin, you're slowly entangled with him, and you're trying to not provoke him. Come on.
I'm just trying.
At this point, something strange happens.
Oh no.
You suddenly catch a blur of movements that you were not expecting. You look up. It's a if I can, let's find the other side. There is a sudden flare as a burst of movement leaps down from one of the nearby roofs, and it's all of the moment you recognize it as a familiar figure in a plague doctor mask leaps down in front of the tiger.
What?
I'm trying about that. Why am I the music? Well, okay, the music's gonna work in a second. But yeah, he lies down and lands right in front under the tiger. And, looks briefly at you, Kilden, going, "I'll take it from here."
What?
He then flashes his swords, slices at the roots, entangling it. The tiger stumbles, stares up, and the figure then seriously he sheaves his swords and starts to pet the tiger. Like, it's all right. Wait for me. the tiger instantly calms at that point. You sort of let out a... And this was there is a moment you can see there is a brief moment of calm. And then suddenly there is an almighty crash as Ward leaps out of the window. And, you know what? Make me an acrobatics check.
It was exactly jump first and think about the check later.
See, like, in my mind, I can just picture him, like, just jumping through that window, like, proper, like, in a massive, like, pose, and just not even doing anything, time just flat on his face.
Oh my god, it's like the comic when you jump out the window and then you freeze in midair and you look down and it goes like, and your hat stays up.
In the terms of Grand Theft Auto,
halfway in midair, still trying to run.
Yeah.
It's actually
you
amazing.
circle square, just plant.
Yeah, it's actually amazing in contrast. The bloody crow, or at least the figure pretending to him, him has leapt in front of a dramatic cape, landed, and did it the 12 rounds of Monster Tiger when he did it. Ward just goes gonk with a massive clatter, which startles both the tiger and the bloody crow. At which point the figure goes go go go. And
just for clarification, is it Crowley or is it the dude that came and rescued Irina? Because
the dude that came and rescued Irina.
Cool, good to know. I'm fine.
Wait, what? Oh, that was a bad idea. Look cool though, right? Look cool. Oh, you!
At which point, the old guards follow suit, and they stare at this figure going, "What the hell?" And the figure says, "You're going. No time to explain. Thank you for trying. Farewell." And at that point, he legs it down the street afterward, quickly throwing something over his shoulder, and then leaving a massive smoke panel exploding behind him, causing...
Don't do it! Don't you Batman out of here!
Oh, no. What he's doing, he's legging it down the street. He's throwing a smoke pellet in his X-Palm, because he... after being delayed, glaring at Maldra as if to say, "Stop that," he continues his run, only to be meted by a cloud of smoke, which stings in the eyes of him and the guards. And then you suddenly hear him going, "Where is it?"
Are we just standing in the middle of a smoke cloud, Ward and me?
No, the smoke cloud's right around here-ish.
Okay.
Sorry, we didn't mean to move you.
How fast is this guy?
So
Can I catch him?
there's been an explosion. I'll handle this after Ward's turn.
Yeah, you you didn't actually get the I will say
That is fair. I did just jump out of a window, so if I'm still picking myself up, that's fine.
Yeah, he's moving like he's not like sprinter levels, but he's like running at full pelt. And at this stage, you're still slowly trying to pick yourself up.
Just
and
slowly
he's
pick myself up.
Behind him.
Look along. Ugh, what a guy.
He just, and now he's okay.
And
Oh, and I look down at Ward. Are you alright?
Did it look cool?
Sure, healing word.
And so, with that, you are left standing in the middle of the streets of Vallaki, as both you and your new entourage of guards just stare in utter confusion at the chaos that's been going on. One thing is for sure, though. Unlike all of the other festivals that have been happening over the weeks, months, years of Vallaki, this one's definitely the most memorable. And on that note, we've reached the end of the session.
I sort of figured as much. I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, I might have had to wake up, but those two natural ones, I was like, yeah, I'm afraid you're going to sleep this off.
Wow, alcohol is consequences. How odd.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Thanks for liking the video wherever you watched it, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer. Thanks for subscribing or following whatever platform you're watching. Thank you so much. You guys have been awesome, and thanks for people adding comments afterwards informing us that, you know, I did reckless attack wrong because Strahd should have had advantage on me last time. But thanks a bunch, everybody. It's been awesome. I've been MVL Gaming. We've had DJ No Monkey as a DM. We've had Nico as Keldrin. We've had Odin as Seth. We've had Sven the Crusader as Jean, and we've had Maldraff, who has disappeared on my end, but he's over there.
And mine.
Thank you so much, everybody. You've been wonderful, and we will see you next time on The Curse of Strahd.